Welcome to the Imagine Not Being Leeds.
Imagine not being Leeds, not feeling this pain, not dancing through thunder, not walking through rain. Imagine not rising with fists in the air when the world turned its back and no one would care. We've lived in the ashes, we've drowned in defeat, but still we stand proud on our battered old feet. Imagine not loving with all that you are. Imagine not being Leeds.
We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Now then, everyone, welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds. I hope everyone's doing well. Oh, I'm still not over yesterday. I don't know what you guys are like. Let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, I'm got a Forest game on now. Forest v Wolves. Let's hope Wolves can pull some out of the bag. But either way, I'm still looking at results in and around us, but I probably shouldn't be. And to be fair, I'm not that arse. It's just quite interesting. But yeah, it's fascinating down bottom end of the league. But Leeds yesterday absolutely did all we could do in terms of everything that we're in control of, which is our own sort of fate and our destiny is in our own hands. We play a game, we've got to get through it however sort of means necessary, whether that's a point away, winning our own games, which is obviously going to be speed bumps along the way. But I mean, yesterday to go 2-0 down, obviously we'll get into final bits and pieces, but to be 2 down at Stamford Bridge and pull it back, and got a little bit of stick on socials today for being a little bit too hyped for the draw. But there's a way, to draw a game, lose a game, win a game. And if you're going to draw a game, to come back from 2-0 down against someone like Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, if you're not going to feel that emotion in stands, you'd involved in the wrong game, aren't you? So I'm not going to listen to any stick I got for being absolutely OTT when it came to getting that point yesterday. But yeah, well, I was absolutely buzzing. As you probably saw, anyone that watched my match day vlog will have seen, you know what I get like. But the lineup, start with the lineup. It was a very unusual lineup for Daniel Farke to play. About 65 defenders in that lineup. In concourse before game, obviously it comes through lineup an hour before kick-off-ish, doesn't it? And you look at these 6 defenders in there and you're thinking, what's going on there, Bogle sort of playing just behind DCL. I wish it were DCL. Just behind Metcha by the looks of it, alongside Aronson. Didn't really work. Bornau were a little bit off it. Didn't massively work that first half. Even though I thought we started really well that first 10 minutes, I thought we were really, really good for opening 8 to 10 minutes. Looked to my mate Danny and says, I think we're up for this today. I think we are up for this. And unfortunately, it didn't take long for Chelsea to get in the stride. Obviously, once I started getting the ball down and moving it quickly, we were struggling to sort of contain him, I think, in that first half. And obviously, the quality, as I always say, quite evident is on show for them. And we did struggle that first half, I thought. The goal for them, giving way too much time on the ball. Ball now not really tight enough to João Pedro, who I thought were fantastic, by the way. I thought João Pedro had a great game. He's a lot bigger than I thought he was, to be fair, João Pedro. He's a bit of a specimen, quick, good at sort of drifting offside and then coming back and then onside and then going again. And it caused us a lot of problems, especially in that first half of João Pedro, and he took his goal really well. And it wasn't a shock at that point because we were way on top after that bright start by Leeds United. And obviously then after that, half time comes and you're sort of thinking, right, we weathered the storm a little bit. We started brightly. It sort of got away from us a little bit, but we were only 1-0 down at break. And I was quite happy at half time, although thinking, I don't know how the second half's going to go because, there were a fair few hairy moments in that first half. But I was still confident at 1-0. Obviously, then 55 minutes. I think it was about 10 minutes after break. He brings on Okafor, which were nice to see. I don't think was sticking up top. Metcha were getting a lot of stick, to be fair, from the away supporters, and I'm a bit gutted with that because he's going to get compared to Calvert-Lewin because he's big and he's strong. But I don't look at Metcha and think his game really is bringing balls out the air. Yeah, he is strong. He can hold defenders off, but it doesn't stick like it does DCL. And if I'm honest, I think he likes a ball at feet. I think he likes a ball around corner and getting behind. But it was a bit of a thankless task, really, for Metch. We're really struggling to get to grips with bringing that ball down. Albeit, I think his movement were really good. I think he was causing them problems, but I don't think the ball was sticking when it was going up there. It was very much whenever we went long and direct, the ball was coming back. Like I said, there were no one in and around him, so I think he struggled for large parts, albeit, which I'll get onto with Metcha. I'm a massive Metcha fan. He does what he has to do and gets a goal and assist come end of the game, doesn't he? And I think he's a very clutch player, moments player, is Metcha, and I love him. But I do think it was difficult for him. And as fans stood there watching, you're sort of hoping something similar to DCL, he's going to win most of those aerial battles and duels, and obviously that didn't happen, and it was a struggle for him. Yakabiol, I mean, I don't know what Yakabiol's doing there to go 2-0 down. An absolute brain fart moment for Yakabiol. I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming. I called him a few choice words as well, which you've probably seen on my vlog. And I actually thought after that, if we lose that game, I was like, he's dropping for the next game. I was fuming. And you know what it was? Come end it game, total different spin on it, because I thought Yakabiol's absolutely outstanding yesterday. Just that, second, that split second where, he's lost his man, but even though João Pedro's moving away from the goal, he's heading out wide, and there's no danger really for me. Just go stand your man. If you want to get physical, you put, maybe put a shoulder in. But to sort of just put your hand and just push him over deliberately in box, it were wild to me. And at 2-0 down, when Palmer steps up and takes it, everyone, I'm sure we were all in agreement that we weren't going to come back from that. I'm pretty sure there would have been many fans thinking at that moment that we were going to come back from 2-0 down, because even the run of play didn't suggest that Leeds were going to get anything from that game at 2-0 down. So that was that was disappointing. Obviously, I was gutted, but it didn't take long. I think Okafor coming on, obviously, just before we conceded that second, a bit of a masterstroke by Farker. Kept it tight with the original formation and lineup, although it didn't really work and we looked a bit lost. I think when Okafor came back on, took Bornau off, Justin went back in his right position. Bogle did. I think we looked a threat. I think Okafor, one of his best games. I think BBC Sport give him man at match, Okafor, on terms of stats and his rating. Highest rating played on pitch. He was only on pitch for about half an hour, 35 minutes. I like how Farker made a sub early, which is rare for Farker, but he needed it. And I think Okafor was brilliant. It was direct. Every time he got ball, you thought something could happen. But what I will say is Bogle, James Justin as well have to get a massive shout out from me. I thought them two were phenomenal. I think they've been phenomenal, ever since I pulled the Leeds shirt on. Bogle's been in a while now, and obviously James Justin's been a revelation since coming in. But Bogle, obviously, there's that ball. He wins that ball, bounces in, takes a touch, gets into the box, and I weren't sure it was a penalty at first view from where I was at stadium, but looking back, stonewall penalty, leaves his leg in a bit, but it's a penalty. He catches him. And Metcha, something I'll always say about Metcha, I've said it already tonight a few minutes ago, he's a clutch player, moments player. Everton at home, that opening day, puts it away, pressure moment comes on as a puts it away, and we win that game 3 points instead of 1. The goal against Fulham, clutch moment, comes on as a sub, gets us that. City away, missed the penalty but got the rebound, and then obviously that one he scores that, so he's on 6 goals now, a couple of assists in there. He scored 3 penalties, albeit one of them was a rebound, but I'm still saying, he's still calm, cool and collected in those situations, dispatches it, without any worry and fear. And when he stands up at ball, I just think it's inevitable when it comes to a penalty, for Metcha. And you look at, times of yesteryear, Strauch blazing him over, Bamford missing penalties. It's nice to have someone like Metcha. We had it with Pirro where we kind of fancied him most times until Derby and Cup of the week. But I think Metcha's a really good penalty taker. So if he's on the pitch, I'd always have him taking one. And then obviously the second goal was just a bit of a bizarre goal to sort of see. It unfold, it was sort of in slow motion. Bogle again, just instrumental to getting the goal. Just never say die attitude. Scrappy, but just putting his body in there. Handball, who cares? I'm under the impression that if it's your body first, then your arm, you're okay. And also, if it's accidental, it's okay. I know it's in an unnatural position, but for me, they looked at it and it was given a penalty. So for me, it's by the letter of the law, it is a goal. Not penalty, it's a goal. I actually think if Okafor doesn't score, I think we may get a penalty. It looked like they brought him down anyway, Bogle. So I think we maybe got a second penalty. And I love how I didn't realise in the stands again that you don't see it. Obviously, you don't have the luxury of an actual replay. I didn't realise it would actually Metcha who toe poked it through to him and nice little subtle pass through the man and an easy tapping, easy goal. Okafor will score and the roof just came off. Absolutely just came off. It was unbelievable moment that I was almost in tears, and there was still about 10-15 minutes to go, which were crazy. But in that moment, it was just And I actually thought at that moment we were going to go win it. You know, we had a chance where Aronson hit one on half volley, looked like it was flying into me, but they got in way of it and blocked it. So that could have been 3. If it, had that been on target, I do think that might have nestled the back of the net. And then it was squeaky bum time for the last 5 to 10 minutes, last 7 or 8 minutes. It really was squeaky bum time. Pedro Neto, absolute constant threat when he's on the pitch. Scored against us at Ellen Road, obviously. Cracking player, massive fan, kept on cutting in from that right hand side. He whipped a lovely ball in his left foot, just missed the far post. I thought that one in. And then obviously Cole Palmer. Cole bloody Palmer. Playing for Leeds in that last few minutes, wasn't he? Don't know how he's missed that. That'd have been the most heartbreaking end to a game. You know, I know we had it in Newcastle. Would have been hard to take. We've lost so many points from winning positions, but so many points from positions of strength. You know, we're going to gain a point there. That would have been another point dropped from a position of sort of strength. And yeah, to sort of see that, you know, sail over bar would just, I think it was what we deserved, to be honest. We weren't the better side. I think Jason Cundy on TalkSport, it was funny saying we were shy. I don't think we were shy at all. You know, we had no DCL, no Strauch. Take your main striker out of any side. Take, one of your better defenders out of any side. You're going to struggle. It's a bit of a patched up side. Trying something different, Farker. What I loved about Farker is, he was proactive at 1-0 down. 10 minutes into the second half, saw he needed to change it, and he did. And we got a massive impact of him coming on. And yeah, I was just dead mad up for lads. You know, best thing, you look at sides that go down. I said this last night, yeah. When we got relegated with Allardyce, or however many managers we had that season, when we got relegated that season, yeah, I don't think we had a team really of fighters, people fighting for sure. I'm sure you'd all agree with that. You know, there'll be one or two that did. Remember famously in Cooper speech, if you don't want to be here, then fuck off. I love all that. Yeah, it wasn't everybody, but there were a core group without singling anybody out. I don't think really give a shit, whether they went down or not, because let's be fair, they all knew they wouldn't be here the season after. This season, none of that. Absolutely none of that. Way better. The mentality is better. I'm just made up that we've got a group that actually care, and it looks like they care as much as we do, which is hard to do because nobody cares more than the fan does. No one cares more than us, for me, because it's in our blood, innit? But to have a group of players that we know don't have masses of quality, they have some. There's quality players in there, 100%, but they will fight for every ball. Absolutely love it. Absolutely loved it yesterday. And that's all Leeds fans want. That's all we want when we're in those stands, is just to hope and pray that the boys give it everything they've got. And if they haven't, and if they come up short at the end of the game, they come up short. But yesterday, we turned it round. I'm absolutely buzzing. Right, that's sort of my breakdown of the game. I thought I'd waffle on for a little bit, but let's get into your comments. 23 likes, 54 people in the chat. Please smash a like on the video. Please subscribe if you're new here. Dave's fuming that I've come on for a little live tonight because Rangers are on. Get your priorities right, Dave, lad. Evening, Ina. How you doing, mate? Carl Waters. Hiya, my pal. Saw your video. You are so passionate, just like every fan, and your mate is a legend too. Take you down to London. Shout out to him too. Cheers, Carl. Yeah, he's a class lad. Is my mate, Danny. Yeah, well, the driver. You know my predicament at the minute. We're not been able to get about and stuff. So yeah, it would either coach or hope someone would drive. But yeah, Danny wanted to drive us down. So yeah, class day. Absolutely classed all day. And it wouldn't matter. Had the result been different result, it'd have still been a great day with a mate, with a stand full of Leeds fans. So yeah, you want to go and get the result, but yeah, just having the opportunity to go to a game, whether it's at Ellen Road or away, I don't take it for granted because there's a lot of people that can't do it. So I certainly don't take it for granted. And there were a few people who stopped me yesterday in concourse and had a chat and said they watch this channel, and if you're watching now, thanks so much for coming over and chatting. Absolutely made my day. I can't even tell you. Fucking weird, such a weird thing, but yeah, unbelievable to have someone tap me on the shoulder and say they love what I do. And yeah, we're class. Just all around a mint day, and the ending was just so sweet. To come out of the stadium as we get back out the stands into the concourse, big screen. We see West Ham have scored, and we're like, and then for 10 minutes I'm saying, Danny, right, let's not let whatever happens in that game that we can't control. That's not too good. Let's not make that ruin our day, because what a day it's been, what a result that was. But you are in back of your head thinking, it's typical, it's typical. And then we get in car, and by the time we get to the car, we bang TalkSport and we hear Scum score. The only time I'll ever celebrate a Scum goal, I'm sure. Don't want that to become a regular thing. And then obviously, even then, not to do with Premier League, but then Leicester had gone from 3-0 up to 4-3. I was just in stitches, so it couldn't have got any better. Apart from Burger King were closed on the way home, so I was fuming about that. But other than that, it was just a perfect end to a perfect day. We should be excited for every point. Yeah, 100%, June. And we should be at a fight for every point. I firmly believe that. I've said it loads of times, and I'm sure we all agree. Since that City game, something changed. Something changed, whether it was in Farker, the players. Yeah, we don't always get it right. Farker doesn't always get it right. But yeah, we make a big thing about our home form, and that's huge. And our home form, for me, if we don't take another point away from home this season, we win enough points at home. For me, I'm saying we still need 10 points. And there's a lot of people who say we need a little bit less than that. I just want to get to 40 points, and then I might start relaxing. I think we get 10 points just from our own games. So I think there's a massive chance Leeds get anything between 40 and 45 points, because I don't think we only go all season with one away win. That'll be mental considering how well we play. And I know his away form is nowhere near as good, but his performances away from them haven't been bad all season. They haven't been bad all season. Fulham earlier in the season won the loss. I thought we were really good there, worthy of a point. Newcastle, I thought we deserved to win up until injury time. Yesterday, didn't deserve. Did we deserve a draw? I think so, through the endeavour and the fight and just the never say die attitude. But on the run of the game, probably not. But for once, something went our way. I thought the ref were poor, but that's another story. But yeah, it went our way yesterday. Evening, mate, up my call. Surprised your voice is not gone. Yeah, I know. I go mad, don't I? I go absolutely mad in stands. I can't help it. I literally can't help it. Anyone who saw my vlog yesterday, there was a bloke at first half sat down behind his head on bar asleep. Actually, full on asleep. But yeah, I tell you what, I couldn't sleep. I was knackered when I got in. I've been knackered all day, but I couldn't sleep last night. I got in at about 2:15 in the morning. I went to work a little bit. I didn't go to work till 9, but I got in about 2:15, and I don't think I fell asleep till about 3:30. I was just staring at the ceiling and getting my phone again and rewatching clips back. It was just unreal. We pulled their trousers down with that result. We did, mate. It was yeah. What is it? What did I say? Stripy jumper and a balaclava. Yeah, we definitely robbed a point there, which on another day, if we play that game 10 times, that's probably the only occasion, Andy, we get that point in it. The other 9 we probably lose. The other 9, Cole Palmer puts that chance away, bare minimum. Evening, Inky. Hope you're good. James on planes. Evening. Don't care you celebrated. Got loads of Chelsea peers at school living in the south, so enjoyed the 4 points. Yeah, too right, James. To take 4 points off the so-called world champions, it's brilliant. I mean, obviously, a thing about of our season, we're scoring goals. We are now. There were a period of time where we're struggling early in the season. We scored plenty of goals. The conceding goals is the issue. We scored 5 against Chelsea in 2 games. 5. We conceded 3, but we've scored 5 goals against Chelsea. So these players are world-class players, or a batch of them are, and when we have a go, we're brilliant. And I think the way we attack is very unpredictable. I think like when you see Aronson carrying the ball from deep, he's very unorthodox how he carries the ball. It's like a southpaw boxer. You watch Aronson glide with ball, you don't know where. And then you have moments where Bogle's popping up in box, and you think Chuffinell's right. He's a wing back, he's a full back, however you want to view it. And I just think when we attack with purpose and energy, and you get bodies forward, I think we're really hard to defend against, genuinely. And I always say we need to do that. I think we should have done that against Arsenal. I know people say, but we'll get picked off and we'll get hammered if we go for it. We'll get hammered anyway. Like, I really like it when Leeds attack, with endeavour and pace, and move the ball quickly and get it up there and get bodies in and around whoever's playing up top. And when we did that yesterday, problem was we only did it yesterday for about 15 minutes. But that 15 minutes was brilliant, and I actually thought we were going to get a third. So, yeah, that's what I want to see more of, especially in away games. At home, we've sort of got the ingredient at home. We can sit in and go and want. We can have possession. We can go along. I think at home, don't really matter who we play or how we play, as long as we match the crowd sort of energy, the players will always get it right at Ellen Road, or 9 times out of 10 will get it right at Ellen Road. It's just got that feel this season that whenever we play at Ellen Road, we're going to be somewhere close to getting the 3 points. Away from home, I just want to see us back ourselves a little bit more, because when we back ourselves and we have a go, we're bloody brilliant. I'm going to stop, and I don't massively slate team selections, because I'm very much I want to see with my eyes before I sort of criticise. Obviously, I have a bit of a moan and go, bloody hell, I didn't really want to see X and Y, because you have a general feeling, don't you, like who you want to play, who's a bit defensive. Obviously, seeing 6 defenders, I was like, and no Calvert-Lewin, I was like, oh, no way. It was a bit of a sickener, took the wind out of me a little bit. But I'm never going to sit there and go, that ain't going to work, because I don't know it all. Farker's been with them all week. Farker's watched every tape on whoever we're playing. Obviously, yesterday, Chelsea. They know more than we do. They know more than I do for sure. But if it doesn't work, then you come on here and you criticise, you chat to your mate and you criticise. But seeing that lineup, I was like, but we saw it in Newcastle, Gruev in there, a bit more of a defensive look. Doesn't matter. When we attack with purpose, like Bogle, who's 6 defenders, is Bogle a defender? Is he? He'll fucking play like one. Is Goodmanson a defender? I don't know. Like, you look at it on paper and go 6 defenders. Fucking hell, them 2 might as well be up front. So like, I'm gonna sort of, I don't massively do it anyway, but I'm gonna sort of just look at the lineup and just take it as it is and just think that potentially is horses for courses, and maybe that works this week. Because no matter who we have in there, we have a way of scoring goals. 3 at Newcastle, 2 at Chelsea. We score goals. And that's with a Gruev in there. That's with an Aronson in there before he picked up his form at one point as well. We're scoring goals. It's keeping him out that's the issue. Metro had a good game. He had a really good game, James. He did. It wasn't sticking up top for him. It wasn't sticking, but a goal and an assist. And I just love his energy. I love his energy. I love his work rate. He does all the sort of donkey work, all the work that gets no thanks when he's chasing and hunting ball, and when ball gets played long and he's running channels. He must be knackered. He must have been knackered yesterday. But to come out of a goal and assist, like I say, he's a clutch player. For me, he's a big moment player. If we get a penalty to stay in the division and he's on the pitch, I'm giving him that penalty over anybody else, over DCL as well. That sounds wild. I just look at Metro and I think he's just got that steel about him. It reminds me a little bit of Ivan Toney. I feel like maybe he isn't a top player yet. Who knows? Maybe he's got growth to be that. But I think he believes he's a top player, and I love that about Metro. There's a quiet confidence and swag about Metro without being cocky. He's definitely not cocky. There's just an air of confidence that I think he believes he can go to that next level. But I think he's got all the attributes physically as Metro to be a top player in Premier League. Genuinely, not world class maybe, but a top player. Way above, someone in bottom 4, bottom 5. Hopefully that's what Leeds United going up. But I think Metro's got a lot of room to improve. But you look at a profile of a striker, you look at Pirlo, who can't fit the system. You look at Metro, maybe he isn't at the level you want as a starting striker, maybe in Premier League. But I think he can get there because I think he's got all the physical sort of levels that you need to get there. And I thought he was great yesterday. I really did. Honestly though, James, he was getting so much stick from stands. I turned to Daniel and went, it's not fair stick this. It's not fair at all. He's got literally 2 or 3 defenders jumping on his back when the ball goes anywhere near him, and he's struggling to bring it down and get players into play. But he never stopped trying, and then he gets his just rewards towards the end of the game, and I was so happy for him. Love it. Hey up, Ricardo. I predicted 2-0 loss and prayed for a draw. God, as a Leeds fan, just ask Obama. For all that, come on. Love it. David, well, hello, Matty. Leeds got away with that one. I just wish Farker would use the subs better and give players like Tanaka and Nonto a chance. Instead, they have 5 minutes here and there. Look after yourself. You look after yourself too, David. Thanks for that. The odd 5 minutes. Where are they getting 5 minutes, David? When was the last time Tanaka got 5 minutes? It's getting to that point now. Ramazani levels. He went 4 games as an unused sub, didn't he, last year? Tanaka's gone 3 as an unused sub now. Nonto's gone 2, I think. It's, again, and it's something I've had to learn the hard way with Farker. We had it with Charlie Cresswell, pissed me off. I wasn't playing him. Because at the time I wanted him to come in for Cooper at the time. And obviously last season with Ramazani. And then this season, I'm a massive Tanaka fan. I'm a massive Nonto fan. I think they can both work in Premier League. I think they're both Premier League players. You'll have so much a fan base will go, yeah, but they aren't playing now, so they can't be Premier League players. And I don't agree with that. Just because Farker doesn't rate them doesn't mean they wouldn't be rated or playing another team. If Tanaka maybe moved to Brighton, I don't know why we always say Brighton, but we do. If he want to move to Brighton, who's to say he wouldn't start for Brighton? Which sounds wild, but is it wild? I don't think it is. But what I will say is, I can't argue with where we've been since City. I can't come on here and go, I'm so fuming that, maybe my favourite player in playing, or I'm worried they're going to leave in summer, because we're winning games of football, we're competing in games of football. And as wild as it is, because I think Tanaka's a better player than Gruev, how can you drop Gruev at minute? Unbelievable. Performance levels up here. The best 2 games in a Leeds shirt have been the last 2 games for me. Outstanding. Prove it, continue it. And that probably helps Gruev, having players like Tanaka on bench, having players like Longstaff on bench, who, let's be fair, Gruev, if we talk about Tanaka in that position, Gruev, 5th choice centre midfielder start season. 5th choice to me, but 4 or 5 weeks ago. Now, unfortunately, how wild is this? Now, Tanaka's 5th choice. Tanaka's behind Longstaff. He's behind Gruev, and obviously he's behind stacking Ampadu, which is crazy, but it's where he is now. And if he gets 5 minutes, which at the minute he's not even getting that, David, he's got to show that he's capable of coming in this side and making a difference. He'll get his chance in Cup on Sunday. I'm sure he'll start. I'm sure Nonto will start. I'm sure Pitta will start. There'll be a few boys in there that'll start. And I think it'll look a really good side for Cup. But however they get the minutes and whenever they get them, and even if it's just training, they've got to do something to try and force a way in. But we know with Farker, when he gets something that works, he's got his trusted players, it's going to be very, very hard, unless his injuries or suspensions, David, for Tanaka to not get any chance. And I think Nonto should have come in a few weeks ago because Okafor wasn't cutting it. Guess what? Okafor's up to his levels now. He got took outside a couple of games ago, didn't Okafor? He went on bench again yesterday. All of a sudden, Okafor's coming on and making a difference. 2 goals in 2. 2 goals in 2. And all of a sudden, Okafor scoring again. Brilliant, like he wanted to start the season. So, yeah, I get it. I get the frustration. I do 100%. But at the minute, it's working. So I've just sort of had to learn to toe that line a little bit and be like, it is what it is. The lineup is what it is. The players, whether it's my favourites in or out, it is what it is at this point, as long as they're doing job. Metro's done what's asked of him when played. Biol was not. Yeah, true. So true, mate. So true. Being honest, when they went 2-0 up, I thought we were going to get bad. Yeah, Shane at 2-0, I thought we were going to be 3 or 4. I thought we were going to be 3 or 4. The class of their front line. I mean, obviously they were trying to get it to in the second half. Neto and Palmer in particular, but Palmer always looking for him. Always. And I think the first half he went off it. To be fair, he weren't quite that final product of whether it was a shot or a pass. A little bit crap as the game went on. I thought Palmer looked more and more dangerous. I think James just in that second half maybe stopped 2 goal scoring opportunities. One with a great tackle and one heading it over when it was going on target. So we rode us luck at times, but they were scarily good at times technically. They're better players. They were unbelievable. But I always felt like we could score in this game because I don't rate the defenders. I don't. And I know they found it quite easy in that first half, the defenders. We didn't really trouble them too much. But that second half, they were all at 6s and 7s, and they were actually embarrassing. They were actually embarrassing with their centre-halves yesterday in that second half. We made them look really poor that when we actually had a go. Hey up, Lee. How you doing, mate? Evening, gentlemen. Please can we all say a big thank you for Jayden Bogle. Outstanding. Everything we love about being a Leeds he was. Yeah, he's unreal. Remember when Sheffield United said he was crap? Unbelievable. If season ended tomorrow, Bogle would be World Cup squad. Genuinely. I mean, I don't know. Probably what happened, but it should happen. He's outstanding. I can't think of many better right backs than him. We got Reece James, Livramento, Kyle Walker's older. Yeah, Bogle every day of the week. Better than Cafu, wasn't he? Don't know what Biol was doing with the pen. What result? Yeah, and that's it. So, like I say, you look at it now, and he got away one there, did Biol, because we come out to all, and we'll always say now, it's bloody hell, what were he thinking? But he had a good game other than that one moment, and we got a 2-2 draw. So no one's really going to hammer him for it. If we lose that 4-0, we're all going to look at it and go, well, that second goal killed us, mate. It killed us. Paul Merson said on telly, that's game over. No, it's not Merson, lad. But yeah, 2-0 down, it killed us, that. But luckily, for him as well, the boys dug in and sort of spared his blushes. I think if it's not 2-0, we don't go out. No, I agree. If it's 1-0, we probably sit in a little bit. But with us, we're always going to have a bit of a spell. The sort of went 2-0 up and sat off us a little bit, and we had a nice little spell there. Games like this, I said in preview, you have to be clinical. You're not going to get, 5, 6, 7 chances on goal. And when you see DCL not in there, sheer panic, because Metro, as much as I love him, we don't know how clinical he is. How many chances does he need to score? DCL's been a lot more clinical than he went to start season. But not seeing him in there was a worry. But yeah, nice for a little purple patch of 10, 15 minutes where we stuck it on them to actually, get the goals to get the points. We'll get the point. Pido, even he's missing pens now. Looks like he doesn't have that job. If DCL and Metro are on the pitch, they say, yeah, I mean, I'm a big believer. So when you miss one, you don't take the next one. So yeah, if Pido's on pitch in the cup and we get a penalty next on Sunday, yeah, he probably won't get it for me, but maybe he'll still be giving it. Gabby, he makes several overlapping and underlapping runs, leaving the left side wide open. Why does Noah always ignore them, risking the ball? I quite like Noah Okafor sort of taking the game to him. I know what you mean with that, though. Gabby gives him so many options down that left-hand side. Noah cut inside once yesterday as well, so when he had Gabby as an option running past him, and he cut inside and lost the ball on the halfway line, and they went. But as much as that pissed me off when that happened, because we almost conceded from it, and they want an easier ball than a Gabby, I do look at Noah sometimes. I think you're going to get that way with players like Noah Okafor. I'd never want to sort of pour cold water on his expression. Farker does that sometimes, but I think you're seeing now a little bit more license for these sort of exciting players. And I think Okafor's been given a bit more license to go play the game as he sees and try and make something happen. I think Aronson's definitely had that license to roam, and I think we look better for it. What's your opinions on Frank being sacked by James? Good manager, really good manager for me. How many good managers have we seen at lower sides go to the top sides and not do well? It happens time and time again. Potter, how good was Potter at Brighton? Couldn't cut it at Chelsea. Sometimes these big jobs are just too big. And Tottenham, for me, is rotten at the core. It's rotten at the core. Mourinho couldn't do it. You know, how many good managers have been there and just haven't been able to do it? Conte, I know they've won a European thing under Postecoglou and they've had some good years, but second season in a row this now with a languishing down at 16th, 17th position. Luckily for Tottenham last year, the gap between 18th and 17th was so vast they were never in a relegation battle. They are this year. They're too good to go down though for me. And unfortunately for us Leeds fans, they've got the best talent in terms of, I know it's a poor Spurs side to a degree, and they hate the side. They're saying it's a really poor Spurs side, but they've still got more quality for me than anyone in that bottom six. Definitely. Man for man, pound for pound. So if they get the right manager in, they'll turn it around. They're probably going to get a new manager bounce, whoever they bring in. There's rumours, Harry Redknapp wants it. I don't know if there's rumours he's getting it, but I heard Harry Redknapp want it, but why wouldn't he? Sod it. But he'd probably get him shifting again. Money old school like Redknapp. That'd be quite romantic, wouldn't it? But yeah, I mean, I'm gutted because they were struggling. A new manager bounce may turn the season around, and that's bad news for us. But I like Frank. He just hasn't worked there for me for bigger reasons than just he's not a good manager. JSL brace now. Or is he smashing him for Palace? Always going to happen that. Smash those likes, you guys. Yeah, please smash a like. JB, how you doing, mate? Simon says, great result last night. The case of our second goal. Yeah, chaos, 100%. When we play on front foot and we, pile bodies forward, Simon, it is chaos. And I love how chaotic it looked. And they did not know how to cope with it. I absolutely loved it. 2-yard Cole Palmer miss. Metch penalty was better than Palmer's. We definitely deserved a draw. Yeah, I think so, mate. I say they were by far the better side. But it's not just about how you play, is it? It's about your effort, your will to sort of like say never say die. And we definitely deserved a draw out of that. And it's down to them to put us to bed. And at 2-0, as much as it felt, we were gone because of the manner of the second goal as well. At 2-0 up, you're never gone. Sorry, 2-0 down, you're never gone. One goal changed everything. And luckily for us, it came in quick succession. Hey up, Stephen. Evening, Matty. Another good result for us. Surprise Scum didn't beat the Hammers. Spurs in the mix. Now we can get 4 wins and a few draws. We'll be safe for this season. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think we need 4 draws. I think 3 wins and a draw and we're there. But I think we'll get more than 40 points, mate. 100%. Yeah, Scum did us a favour with the result there at the Hammers, didn't they? But the form there in West Ham, it's scary at the minute, innit? Like, luckily for us, I don't know why we keep looking at West Ham. There is 2 sides below us as well before we even hit West Ham. But it was good for Scum to get that. And it was even better that, they got a result sort of that helped us. Still remain that 6-point gap, and that idiot couldn't get his haircut, which is just hilarious. Yes, Matty, mate. Hey up, Cal. Did you see the story about Gabby's pen call? VAR chose not to give it, even though it was a foul because he waved his arms. Yeah, I mean, I can't recall it. I've not seen it back. I briefly recall something in that while I was there, Lee. But yeah, I read about it today, and they said he made a meal of it, so they didn't give it. Well, if it's a foul, it's a foul, regardless if he's making a meal of it. If he's made a meal of it and too much and book him for diving, do you know what I mean? I know he'd already been booked, so they're not going to do that. But he won't diving. But the fact they said it was a foul, but he made a meal of it, and what's that matter? It's a foul, it's a foul. If someone breaks someone's leg in a roll 20 times down pitch, it's still a broken leg, isn't it? Still a foul. So that didn't make no sense to me. You might not have liked how he reacted to it, but it was still a foul, wasn't it? Just coming through here, Burnley 3, Palace 2. Is that right? Yeah, I saw that as well. Must have been travelling all the booze, bless him. Did he wake up for the game or was he asleep all game? Lol. We sleep. We were. Half time, he disappeared, never came back, Carl. So, yeah, weird one. So, your video was class yesterday. Watching you travel to Chelsea. Keep it well. Thanks, Sol. You know what it is, right? I got a little bit of negativity today with that. Not much. But you always remember the one or two comments, don't you? So, like, always get a few comments when I vlog, right? And just going to have a little bit of a rant now. And there might be someone watching now who thinks you shouldn't do it. But me and Danny were talking about it. So obviously filming at a game, yeah, is well nerve-wracking. Well nerve-wracking. Like you stand there and you have your phone out. And people say, be present in the moment, just live your life. And honestly, right, that's all I do outside, vlogging game. That's all I do. Sometimes I don't take enough pictures of my kids and moments. And last we might get your phone out, take a picture of Christmas morning, opening presents. I am somebody who lives in the moment like you wouldn't believe. If I go to a gig, I'm not asked about recording. I'm not someone who records it to go back and lay in my bedroom and watch it. If that's your stuff, if that's your gig, that's your gig. I ain't interested in that, right? But I started vlogging to see how it was and get my confidence sort of up when I first started channel or a couple of months into doing channel. And then all of a sudden you get someone in Australia say, oh my God, thank you so much for showing me a little bit more of, the atmosphere in Ellen Road. Then you get someone in South Africa. Then you get someone telling me, that they set their alarm and they wake up in New Zealand to watch late night Leeds. And there's all sorts of, people now who I speak to and I get messages from, and they're all over the world, it's crazy. And that's got to a point now where you get comments of people like that who, personally thank me for giving them the closest experience they'll get. You can go and watch the Sky Sports highlights, but I am a normal fan like you guys, stood there, no fancy editing. I can edit, I can do bits of videos now. I've learned how to do bits. I don't need to. I get all my clips, I take out the ones that are rubbish and I compile it all, and I just give you the rawest footage you could get. And that's all I want. And I had someone comment today and say, the edit is rubbish, horrible watch. And I was like, wow, like never commented on my thing before, but whatever, it is what it is. But that hurt a little bit, but I was like, what a knobhead, but whatever. And then multiple messages on Twitter, because I put a couple of clips up and, put your link in to try and get a bit more eyes on the channel. And people say, just put your phone down, enjoy, live in the moment, what you're doing. Someone called me a see you next Tuesday because I recorded a goal. Like, it's mad, right? And you can't please everyone. And you always in final line, you've got to accept this, and it is what it is. Obviously, as the channel's getting bigger, the odd knobhead slipping through net, which I do struggle to deal with because, I don't associate with people like that. But it is what it is. I'm going to get it. But, like, I just sort of wanted to say that, like, it's quite nerve-wracking getting your phone out, obviously, because there's always someone looking over going, what are you doing on your phone? Like, what are you doing? But I live in the moment. But if I don't record these moments and keep going with these match day vlogs, which are really good for the channel, really good numbers, a lot of subscribers off back of that, bringing new eyes to the channel, it's something different. Not a lot of people on YouTube who do Leeds United content go to the games. Not a lot of people. A lot of people do Leeds content. Not many of them go to games week in, week out. Not many of them do match day vlogs. It's sort of my little niche, is that, and I like doing it. And I like giving people who can't get to the games for whatever reason a little bit more of an insight. So, and what I will say is people who sort of diss people that do it, you're telling me they don't go on TikTok and YouTube and other and love the reaction of a goal when you see fans. Well, someone's recorded that. If we went on Sky TV is fucking shit, but all you've got is their footage. If a fan don't do it, fan footage is brilliant. I love watching fan footage, fan reaction. I love it. But I've got a bit of stick today. But that's because it's getting seen by more people. So, like you say, you're going to slip through net. But I thought I'd have that little bit of a rant. I'd love to know what you guys think of that. And if you're one of those in chat who think you shouldn't be recording at games, it is what it is. And what I'll say is, pay me money, I'll do what I want. Do you know what I mean? And it shouldn't bother you. But it bothers some people, and I find it very bizarre why it bothers people. Yeah, you don't want to see Leeds fans celebrating everyone with a phone in their hand, but we don't do that. There isn't everyone with a phone in their hand. But the world's changing as well. The world's changing as well. And I think when you pay your money, you do what you want to do. And I really enjoy doing it. And hopefully you guys enjoy me doing them. But yeah, the quality's not great. I can make it better quality. It'll take maybe a day to come out. I don't want to do that. Don't need to do that. So yeah, just thought I'd put that out there. Sorry if I ran, guys. Spurs, did our result get Frank the sack? I'd rather they kept it. No, I think just their poor form got him sacked. I don't think they looked at Leeds' result. Obviously slipping down below would have helped, but they're just poor. Jamie, mate, we had a joke. Not invested in January. Everyone has improved and it's showing. 49ers are terrible. I've always sort of been all right with 49ers. January annoyed me, Jamie, I won't lie. And at 2-0 down in that game yesterday, well, the first time in the stands I've gone, 49ers fault this. 49ers fault. We saw Rodon go down as the halftime whistle went. He were down for a few minutes. We saw Metcher go down and limp. We saw Bornau limping. We saw Goodmanson limping. I was like, yeah, this is on 49ers. This is, no Calvert-Lewin before game. Obviously, Strauch's have it. Strauch's, I think it's only minor, but we're in the period now where Pascal Strauch misses games. This is what he does in a Leeds United shirt. Second half of the season, he misses games after Christmas. And I was there in stands going, this is on 49ers. This. What can Daniel Farke do here? Yeah, he's got attacking options on bench and that, but he hasn't got every sort of position, decent depth in every position. He hasn't got that. Again, I'll say as well, Buonanotte yesterday, another game not coming on. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see some of these players getting minutes at all this season. Cheers, Ely. Oh God, trust the manager. It's his choice now. Yeah, that's it. River Delights. Obviously, we're going to talk about, aren't you? We're going to speculate. We're going to before the game discuss. It's what we're doing. It's what we do here. But I won't kick off on looking at a team sheet. I'll have a bit of why is he not playing? But I ain't going to massively implode with it because, like I say, every time you see a team sheet, like yesterday, that team sheet were probably the most bizarrest, probably weakest on paper. The argument, the bench looked stronger than, half of the side on the field yesterday, in terms of an attacking capacity anyway. And look what they went and did. So it's one of them lessons learned a bit yesterday. Got to sort of trust the process. And if it's not working, my issue is if it's not working, Farke doesn't always realise it early enough. He realised it early enough yesterday and got a point from it. Yeah, I agree, but he can't pass to save his life. Hey up, Paul. Hey up, Lee. Watched out my West Ham supporter's son, along with Chelsea's son and grandson. Think I was the happiest of all of them. I bet you were, June. Yeah, cheers, June. Hit the likes, please. Yeah, please do. It really helps the channel if you smash a like and you subscribe if you're new here. Bogle was immense in midfield. Charles, he's just immense wherever he plays, and I absolutely love him. I absolutely love Jayden Bogle. The energy, I mean, there was a period of time this season, wasn't there, where when James Justin come in, or before he come in, we're like, well, he could play right back. We had Dan James out and Nonto out, and we had a few knocks on wing. I know we don't massively play with wingers, but there was a time in the season where we did, and there were loads of people calling for it. Play Bogle at right wing. I don't know if anyone remembers, there were quite a few conversations on YouTube channels, in the chats, chatting to my mate at work, at the game. Why did you put Bogle on right wing? He's like a winger anyway. And we never actually did it. We saw him yesterday do it. I mean, he's been playing a lot higher up anyway in general, even when he's been playing just the right wing back. He's been up with alongside DCL. A lot more of recency, but yeah, he can do it, guy. He can do it. Farke isn't technically a Premier League manager, so fans can't say Nonto, etc. are not good enough. Yeah, I think they're all good enough. I think they do. I think they're all good enough. I think I don't look at the only player I look at who's sort of a fringe player. Obviously, you got Byram and people like that. I think I have massive question marks about Perot, but I don't like shouting it from the rooftops because guess what? He hasn't had a crack. And again, I don't like slating anybody and saying they can't do it when they haven't had a chance to do it. I can only call what I see. So I don't believe Perot would be a decent enough striker at Premier League level. But it's hard to say because he hasn't been given a fair crack. We've seen Nonto in Premier League. We saw him, a few years ago now, and he was the best player in that poor season. I think he is good enough. Tanaka, we haven't seen it again. Just my opinion. I think he's good enough. I think we've seen him big games this season. Liverpool, Chelsea, especially early in the season. I think he's proven he is good enough. How was United, mate? I loved it, mate. It was class. It was absolutely class. One of the best football nights of my life. As daft as that may seem to someone, it was just class. Great company, great moment. Yeah, class. I think we need 42 points to stay up this season and get them before our last game. Andy, it's wild to suggest it though. You're right, but it's wild to potentially be in a position where Leeds get 40 and go down. But I genuinely think I think 40 keeps you up. There's an argument 39, 38 keeps you up. But I think somebody goes down with 35, 36, 37. Someone goes down with a high 30s, maybe even 40. And I know people, not everyone agrees with that. But it's that relegation battle there. You look at who we're fighting with. Tottenham, Forest, West Ham. That ain't a normal relegation battle. That ain't normal in any real. That sort of level of side and level of player and squad worth. You're not going to see that every year. Maybe 1 in 10. And it had to be year wary, isn't it? Next season it'll be 3 that come up that go back down, in my opinion. Definitely 2 of them at least will go down. It won't be like this season where you've got 2 punching, one of them punching way above the weight in Sunderland and doing doing crazy stuff. But is it crazy when they've invested like they've invested? Fair play. And we've been a match for nearly every side we've played by Arsenal, really, and a few others. We've been outstanding. And we don't look like a newly promoted side to me. Clubs are scared of Nonto. He's decent. He's so underrated from Farker. He give defenders something to think about, and they do. Yeah. Again, I don't know what it is with him, Jamie. But again, it's not affecting us really, is it? So it's not too bad. How do my useful draw that A up the Leeds game at 100%? You're right, mate. It's more than a useful draw. Bloody brilliant. Tanaka, Nonto, when they come on 5 minutes to go, I expect them to score a hat trick. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of players going in the summer. I really do. That we all like and love. Angela, how you doing, love? Hi, Matty. I love your vlog from last night. What a team. Talk about proud. Thank you, Angela. Really appreciate it. I'm going to leave it till Friday. I was speaking to JB earlier. Some of you might know I've got merch, which I've had for about 6 months. But yeah, I don't really promote it because I'm not like that. But I'll shout it out on Friday, mate. I'll get Link and I've got a few other bits. A Late Night Leeds t-shirt. That's the flat. So yeah, I'll show them on Friday, mate, on Late Night Leeds. 0-0. Yeah, I've got that game on, Mark. Hit some likes for Matty. He works his bollocks off. Still there, but I work bloody hard, yeah. Cheers, mate. Thank you, Lee. Palmer miss. It made up for some of those injury time goals we conceded. Yeah, could you imagine? So if that had gone in though, that'd have been so cruel. But yeah, I can't believe he's missed it. I've been a bit harsh on Paddy here, but having said it's a Bamford miss, that that's a Paddy Bamford miss. It was brutal. We need our fringe players in the summer and upgrade. We need out these fringe players, not get hung up on them. Wait for the big offers to come in. Yeah, you know what it is as well. But I actually think we'll make some good money on them. I don't want Nonto or Tanaka to leave, but I think they're both leaving summer. And I think we're going to get decent money from him, even if it's not what we thought. I thought Tanaka, I've said before, Tanaka's a £25 million player. Maybe he's not now, not with game time. But if someone, if you get him out in between 15 and 20 million for them, them two a piece, it's massive on PSR, gives us so much more wiggle room to go spend on players that Farker will play. And that's it, you see. If Farker's not going to play him, it doesn't matter how good they are. We could have in prime Messi on bench. If Farker's not going to play him, he may as well not be here. And that's how we've sort of got to separate the sentiment and our love for him. And yeah, maybe it'll be a Charlie Cresswell situation. 12, 18 months, 2 years down the line, we're like, Farker, look what you've missed. Look what you've missed. How couldn't you see this? How could you see? And it just is what it is. I mean, Jed Spence apparently is causing trouble at Tottenham. I don't know. But Jed Spence, trouble causer. Met England team within 12, 18 months of leaving Leeds. So it's one of them. I aren't bothered as long as Leeds are doing well, but 100%, mate, whether I rate them or not, if they're not going to play, ship them out, get money for them, and bring in players that are going to play. Because we've got a bench, I think, that is good enough now. And Farkas can bring on 4, 5, 6 of these players, in my opinion, because they're good enough at this level. He didn't really trust his bench last season. I thought he'll trust this bench. It's good enough. He doesn't trust them. And he needs to have a bench full of 7, 8, 9 players that he can rely on in any moment in any game because he believes in them. If you don't believe in them, there's no point in being on bench. We may as well have a bench with 3 players on it. Genuinely, we may as well just put a bench of 3 players on because you're allowed to make 5 subs. Farker will only make 5 subs for me if we're 3-0 up, and then he might run clock down and bring you charity minutes on. You've noticed in tight games he's not even making those subs now. In tight games, he's not making 5 subs. Sitting back here and getting results away from home. We won 1 game away. Why can't Daniel Farke say this? Yeah, Jamie, we need to just go for it. The best form of defence is attack and all that shit. I say it a lot, but it sounds a bit cliche, but it is for me. Like I said at 2-0 yesterday, we may as well go for this and lose 4-0 than just try and sit in. Let's have a go. Here he is, look, JB. Get your Imagine Not Being Leeds shirts from our Matt here. They are fire. Yeah, cheers, buddy. Like I say, I'll proper push them on Friday, mate. I'll get them out there and we'll see if there's anyone who likes them. But there'll be a few people, some OGs in chat that'll know about them anyway, JB. But I'll push them. I'll push them a little bit on Friday, just to make you happy, JB. 3-2 up. Wow. Burnley beating Palace. It's a turn off at Bucks, isn't it, that? Which, evening, Matty. How you doing, my mate? Yeah, Super 6 Spurs go down. That would be my choice now. I just don't see it. Don't see it, though. Disappointing to see Thomas Frank go. Wanted him to stay at Spurs for a bit longer. Yeah, me too. He's a good manager, though, for me. He's just not getting it right there. So you should change matter. Yes, ignoring the overlaps annoy me. It works so well with third punch. So well, mate. we are missing out on a real weapon in our arsenal. Yeah, no, we are. Like you say, I think Gabby Goodmanson gives him so many more options that he actually takes up. But I do like the backing himself. But that'll be why Okafor's come out of the side as well, because Farke won't like those decisions he makes. His decision making isn't always great, Okafor. But I'm just a lover of flair, and I'm a lover of having some cojones to go against the grain and have a go, because not a lot of Leeds players have a go, do they? But a chance yesterday, it might even be Bogle. Ran onto the ball, edge of area, first half, could have let a shot off and then took a touch and turned and passed it to the left and it just broke down. I think there's so many players who don't have a go, and I like Okafor because he does. But yeah, having the option with Goodmanson, best thing is if he's overlapping, it takes a defender anyway in his movement, and it gives Okafor that, yeah, I can go there, but actually he's freed me up a little bit of space here. And I quite like how he backs himself into that space. 3 wins and a draw, keeps up in 17th, 40 points. I agree. I think we'll actually get. I do. We'll beat Wolves. We'll beat Burnley. That's 6. I think we'll beat Sunderland. That's 9. We win them 3, and they are all the 3 we're going to win. Imagine. Oh, thanks, Fergal. Thanks so much, man. Cheers for super chat. Really appreciate that, Fergal. Burnley 3, Palace 2. Come on, Burnley. I don't like Burnley. Burnley can hook off in between us. Any thoughts on Sunday? Would expect Byram, Nonto, Tanaka, Buonanotte, auto start, Shaw, giving Cairns a game too. Yeah, I said it in my group chat yesterday. I don't think Buonanotte starts. I think the team will be, see if I can remember. Perry, I think they'll play a 4-3-3. They'll play 4-3-3. I'm going to go Perry, Bogle on right back, Rodon, Biol, Byram at left back. A midfield 3 of Longstaff, Tanaka and Ampadu. I think Ampadu will stay in there as captain. I think there has to be some sort of... I think he has to be in there. And then I think right wing, I think Dan James, Pirro went middle, and Nonto went left. So I don't think Buonanotte starts, but I think he comes on. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope Buonanotte starts, because that's even more damning if he ain't starting a cup game. But you look at the positions he's fighting for. If we play a 4-3-3, maybe we'll play a 4-2-3-1, and maybe they do that, go back to what we used to play Championship. I don't know. I'd love Buonanotte to start. I think he should have a crack. But I think in a 4-3-3, I think Dan James is chomping at bit now to maybe start a game. And then maybe he comes off on hour and Buonanotte comes on. But I think Nonto starts and Pirro starts. And for me, that only leaves one more sort of winger, attacking player. So, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see. But it's still a good enough side. Sean, absolutely love your show. Keep up the great work. Thanks, Sean, man. It means a lot, does that. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it, man. Legend. So says Matty, yes, great vids of the game last night. Fans overseas must be loving them. Yeah, and so I get so many messages. So many messages. So I'm not gonna. So yeah, like you say, ignore the haters. Got 120 people enjoying right now. Exactly, James. Exactly. Thank you, man. People who hate you for whatever you. That's right, Tom. Yeah, 100%. Twitter and X can be quite vile. So my best to see it. TikTok can have its moments. So, but yeah, and I enjoy watching all the fans. So exactly, James, I do. So all you do after the game, you sit in bed and you're looking on TikTok, scrolling at, we're all scrolls in this generation. Now scroll, short attention span and all that. But all I want to see is just chaos, goals, celebrations. And if there were no one but Sky TV doing it, or BT, or whoever does it, it'd be shite, wouldn't it? Absolutely shite. Andrew Birch, Burnley scored 3 goals in 7 minutes. Wow, man, I can't believe I'm missing that. Carl Waters, never changed, Matty. I love your match day blogs. Man, even LUFC Lewis does it. What, mate, keep them cool. Yeah, to be fair, I saw him yesterday. I said a long way in, and he was below me. And I was quite intrigued to see what he used. I thought, he'd been doing it for years. Maybe he's got some sort of thing, he strapped something. I don't know. There's all sorts of devices. And he was the same as me, phone in his hand. And when you think something's happening, you just get your phone up. And I was quite chuffed to see that he just looked the same as me. I was thinking he fucking camera crew or something, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was nice to sort of look over and go, yeah, he's just doing the same as me. You think something's happening. Sometimes you miss a goal. Sometimes you have a feeling, you think, bloody hell, as if I got that on camera, and you only want to get it. So yeah, I did see him yesterday. TikTok is full of bots, so you won't get many nasty comments. X is full of trolls and weirdos. None of these people would say anything to your face. I actually messaged someone back earlier and said, you won't say that to my face, pal. And then I blocked him because I bottled what he'd say back to me. I got a bit scared. Yes, Matty, brilliant videos of the fans. Keep it up, mate. Thank you. Angela, keep being you, Matty. We all love you to bits. Oh, lovely. lovely. Thank you. I love you too. And we all love your amazing content. I personally watch all your vlogs and get a buzz from them. And that's what they're there for. That's what I want them to be like. I like what you do. Keep it going. It's called enthusiasm. Yeah, exactly, mate. I can't help it. I'm buzzing for it. I'm buzzing to do the vlogs and then get them out to you guys to watch it and then, yeah, just hopefully enjoy it. But yeah, it's not the neatest, but it don't have to be. It's not about that. Look at me. Fucking hell. Rough around edges. I'm fluffing out edges. Look at me. But need to be neat and tidy. I've never been neat and tidy. You don't see me chuffy desk. Facebook not good enough. Fullback. No, Facebook. Fullback not good enough for Brighton's bench. But should start for us. Look at the table. The raw stuff is better to watch. A genuine fan's view. Who wouldn't want to see it? Some people do, but it is not very many. I say it, just a few. By the way, Joe Wayman said Bogle could go on to play for England. Hey, I also said that too. But yeah, great minds think alike. I thought he would as well, mate. But yeah, he did. He only had it. Bogle had a poor start to his Leeds career. When I say a poor start, he had about 3-4 games, did he, where he was a little bit. Other than that, he's been brilliant. If Palace go down, will Strand Larsen be the first player to play for 2 of the 3 relegated teams in one season? Maybe, mate. Maybe. Jamie, I like your channel. You're down to earth. Most of all you can see, you're a good dad. Cheers, mate. But yeah, you get me crying. You're a good dad. I like that and rate that highly. Taking your boys to the game is lovely. Wish I could, but coming from London is hard. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, got me that one, man. Thank you. Wasn't expecting to see see that. Yeah, I'm taking our Theo to Birmingham on Sunday, so I'm buzzing. So anyone who watched the Derby FA Cup game, loved it. You saw what a menace he was. Absolute little shitbag at times, like proper in there, thick of it. Oh, mad for it. Just like mini me. Yeah, I've got a ticket for me and him. Going on coach again. Little Reggie's little mate, getting badging. So yeah, hopefully, great match day vlog coming from Birmingham. Hopefully another win, progress to the next round. Just keep the FA Cup games coming because it's so much easier for me to get tickets for Theo, bigger allocation. You get 20% of every away ground. I don't know if you know that. So whatever Birmingham is, we'll get 20% of their capacity. So the tickets you get 2,500, 3,000 or whatever the capped, I think, at 3,000 in Premier League, 2,900 it was yesterday. You can get 4,000, 5,000 at Championship clubs. So that's what we're doing. So we take more fans to these FA Cup games. So it gives me opportunity to get our Theo in, and I've luckily got 2 again. So get to share it with him. So yeah, he's over. He can't wait. He cannot wait. And that's what it's all about. I never had no one to pass the Leeds baton to me. It's just I'm born in Leeds. I love Leeds because of where I'm from. But but my boys, yeah. He's got mates who are Liverpool and City fans, and not my boy. Love it. Love it. Get me emotional now. I love my kids. Watch the highlights of your draw at Chelsea. That's a great point. Away, Leeds United beat Chelsea at home 3-1. Yeah, Nigel, to take 4 points off Chelsea, as a Leeds United fan as well, it's a little bit more sweeter. We sing about Chelsea every week. We hate them. Go get your father's gun and all that stuff. We despise Chelsea. Right up there with scum. So I take 4 points off him. He's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Especially in a season where we've come up and it's just all about survival. To take 4 points off someone at that calibre, with that talent in the side, it doesn't happen very often from I keep saying newly promoted side, but a side that's first year back in Prem. So for us to do it, and it be Chelsea, it's extra special. We don't have that much squad depth. If we can stay up, we should be able to build on that. I think we've got a decent foundation, Richard. So I always talk about Sunderland when we talk about staying up the season. So Sunderland have got more than a good foundation, I think, because they brought in players that are Premier League ready, and they're probably a year further on. I think when you look at Sunderland's squad, they're probably, I'd say it's like that squad looks like, for me. Not everyone will agree, and I think they're going to fall down. I actually think we may finish above Sunderland. What's their scoreline tonight? I'm going to sound daft when they're like 4-0 up. As Liverpool. I think we may finish above Sunderland, which would be wild right now to suggest, and I'll get pelters for it from some of my Sunderland buddies. But I think they're like a year further along the line when I look at their squad. I genuinely, when you got Xhaka inside, that's maybe a signing you get next year when you've stayed up a year and no one's going to take that gamble on you. We have a very good foundation to kick on as well. I think they're probably just a year in front, but it doesn't matter about Sunderland. It's all about us. But I do think when you look at us, we've took more of a gamble on our Championship players stepping up to Premier League. But our Championship players were better than Sunderland Championship players. They had to eradicate majority of them because they weren't that good. We've got a core 3 or 4 You know, your Rodons, your Bogles, your Ampadu's, who are good. They were too good for Championship, really. A bit of a question mark, are they good enough for that next step up? But they've proved they are. They've proved they are. Spurs were playing against the manager, but they step up now. Yeah, and that's going to be a bit of a shame for us, isn't it, Chris? Because the more people down the bottom struggling, the better for us. Roger Slick, how you doing, my man? My Birmingham game is on my mind. Farker's favourites can rest up for 2 weeks. Let's see what our bench can offer. It's a great game for them. It's a great game. Got to think Tanaka's not seen pitch in 3 games. Nonto's not seen pitch in 2 games. Buonanotte didn't see pitch. He was dropped last week. You've got 3, 4, 5 players, Pido as well, who are chomping at the bit to play. Chomping at the bit. I'll be honest with you, Roger. Pido could score a hat-trick. Buonanotte could score 2 free kicks. Nonto and Tanaka could have worldies. They still ain't starting away at Villa. It's just one of them. But they've got to grasp that opportunity and believe in what they're told, which is show us what you've got, prove it, and you'll be given an opportunity. Well, this is now their opportunity to try and push for more minutes. My opinion is it doesn't really matter what they do in this game, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong with that. Sheffield will go on to attack. Sheffield just go for everyone that don't play for Leeds anymore who used to. Liam Chalky, I might live in Ireland, could not get a Leeds scarf in the 70s. Now all this happy days. Thanks for all. Nice one, Liam. Nice one. Top banana evening, pal. For Bushby, Daniel Farker, how you doing, mate? Tickle those likes for our Matty. Yes, please do. Really appreciate it. 88 likes, 128 watching. Let's get to 100 before I call it a day. That would be brilliant, if you don't mind. George McPherson, how you doing, mate? Farker is too stubborn to make changes before the 70th minute. Very stubborn. Stubborn sometimes wins, though. Always waits until players are losing energy before making changes. It's getting ridiculous and cause Leeds to concede goals. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to massively touch on that now, George, because yesterday I thought his subs helped. He was starting lineup that were probably a little bit wrong, but a little bit extra experimental. It is what it is. I don't mind him trying different stuff. I always have a goal that he don't change much. At times, I quite like that he outside the box, although it didn't work. He changed it up yesterday. Subs were good. 9 times out of 10, though, you are right, George. You know, proactive subs would be nice. They're usually reactive. You can see what's happening 5-10 minutes before it happens. We look leggy, we need a change, and we concede a goal. Then the change comes. And that's the issue with Farker. And it's always going to be the issue with Farker. It was the issue at Norwich. It was the issue since he's been at Leeds United. But again, all I'll say is he performing? Is he performing miracles? Not performing miracles. I think the squad's good, but he's performing above the level I think a lot of people would have expected. Leeds, newly promoted side, could have been in the relegation zone, just outside it. We are now clear of the relegation zone, only by 6 points, but there's 2 sides below us as well. 5 teams below us. So we're doing great stuff. We're doing great stuff for me. And he's getting more right than he's getting wrong since City. He's always going to have a period, sticky period with certain games coming up. Villa, I aren't too confident we'll get much at Villa. Farker, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Roger Spence. Morning, Matty. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Been catching up on your videos. Really appreciate that, Roger. Thank you. Just finished brekkie and heading off to work. 33 degrees Celsius today here on the Gold Coast. Working an office tower with good aircon. Class, mate. That's a nice view from that floor as well, isn't it? Thank you so much for letting me know that, Roger. Love it. I love hearing where people are from. It blows my mind. Yeah, blows my mind. I live in this little bubble. Go to work, come home, and go to Leeds games. Live where I live, and then you hear someone's watching you on Gold Coast. Blows my mind, mate. The internet, it's powerful, isn't it? Still cups and string me. Like, hello. Yeah, technology, it's the future, apparently. So is garlic bread, though. Ooh, garlic bread. Tanaka is too good for them. He's going nowhere. I think he's going somewhere, George. I hope you're right, but I think he's going somewhere. We will get 15 plus points from the next 32 available. It won't be us dropping. 15 points, mate. If we get 45 points, yeah, that's unreal, isn't it? But I can't disagree. I genuinely think we're going to get in and around 12 to 50. I do, yeah. I think we get above 40. So, I mean, I did my predictions table a few weeks ago and calculated. What I will say as well, I said a draw at Everton. I said we'll lose narrowly. 2-1 loss, I said, but we got hammered. But either way, I said we'd lose to Arsenal. I said we'd get a point. We beat Forest, and I said we'd get a point against Chelsea. So far, the 4 games I predicted all that time ago have actually all come in for Leeds United. And I think I had us ended on 44 or 45 points. 78 RPM saviour. So, yeah, I actually think that happens. And when I did my predictions, I think 45 got us to about 11th, which is fucking mad. And Sunderland ended 13th. So I was buzzing with that. So we'll see what happens. He can't start because he's cup tied. He played for Chelsea and Charlton. Against Charlton, he did. Fair play, Tom. Getting him right with my lineup then, because I said he wouldn't start. So we're right. Yeah, there you go. Leeds need to start winning the games away because it's poor that we have got on only one. Yeah, it's mad because we've been way better than that, George. Way better than that. Coming all the way back to opening day season. Yeah, let's be fair as well. Beating Wolves. It's Wolves. Like, I mean, come on. Went 1-0 down that game and I was shitting myself. I'm like, what is going on here? Beating 3-1, convincing. Again, though, that game, it was a spell of about 25 minutes where we were just hot for 25 minutes and then we eased off again and just sort of managed the game well enough in that game. But it were Wolves. We should be winning more away games than just Wolves. And obviously games are running out, but I back us to win another away game. Can it be Villa? Love the in-betweeners quote. I'm a div, Rick. I'm a proper div. I'm glad you liked it, though. Looked like you had a great time yesterday, mate. I did top banana. I did. And I'm big me on just memories and moments. And I said it at the end of that video. I watched it back today. I don't normally watch any of my videos back, but I watched that one back because I just loved the day that much. I wanted to sort of like reminisce again today. I said at the end, and it sounds a bit deep, and I'm a deep guy, as you know. That like moments like that yesterday, I literally just wish you could bottle it up. And then when you have your bad days, which happen, sometimes more frequently for others than others, it is what it is. We all have struggles. And it sounds a bit deep. And just have a sip of that bottle. You bottled up those moments like that where it was just, whoa, man, the emotion. I was almost in tears when we scored the second goal. And then we almost lost it. But I just have a sip on your bad days just to give you that. Oh, yeah, I just wish you could. Because moments like that, I cherish it forever. Danny's a really good mate of mine now. I've known him about 12 months. Only know him as well, by the way, because of this channel and through TikTok and that. And he only lives about half a mile up road from me in Kippax. I'm in Allerton Bywater, as you all know. And yeah, just love him to bits. Feelings mutual. Shared a moment with him. Just me and him. Day trip. There and back. No drink. I'm not a big drinker anyway, but no drink. Just a McDonald's. And then back. Yeah, it was just class. Absolutely loved it, mate. Absolutely loved it. Sorry I couldn't make it last night. Jamie. Yeah, Jamie, I know, mate. Things going on at home. Great point for you on the road. Mate, Jamie, it was class. And you were definitely missed. Yeah, I didn't know until he picked about 10 minutes before he picked us up. He messaged me saying you couldn't come. But he told me everything's okay. I hope that's right anyway. I was gonna message you earlier, but day got away from me today, to be honest. But yeah, I hope you're good, mate. Fulham losing 2. Fulham. I think Fulham in a bit of a weird side this year. Really are. Was hoping you were on a watch along last night, then watching up here in Kilcaddy rather than listen to commentating on TV. So glad you enjoyed the game. Yeah, cheers, Corey. Really appreciate that. I say watch alongs are fairly new to me. I've done about 5 or 6 now. I'll tell you what, I bloody love doing them though. Really good. And got good feedback from them as well. So when I don't go to games, I'll be doing them. But like I say, I go to most at games. So yeah, I'll always prioritize going to a game over doing a watch along. Not everybody does that. Some people need to do watch alongs for financial reasons. Some people just enjoy them more than going to a game. The game for me, if I have the opportunity to go to a game financially, I can't always afford it. But if I can afford it and I can go, I'll always pick a game because it's what I live for. I absolutely live for it. Been in the thick of it. It's my vibe, as you all know, and I'm sure it's all your guys too. So, Rick, you're a very kind man with massive heart who loves to engage with his subs. I think you're great. Thank you, Rick, man. Cheers, buddy. Class. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that, man. Still 0-0 at City Ground. I'm in tears today, you lot. So I still haven't got over yesterday, honestly. Still haven't got over it yesterday. Thank you. My wife loves your vlogs, even when you're walking around your local streets. Cheers, Revenue Lights. See, with me, I can't be polished. I love my little setup here. Bloody, my granddad Bielsa over my shoulder. Me. Gary Speed signed. I love having all this, and it's nice. I am literally in corner of my living room, though. I'm literally in corner of my living room. I ain't got a spare bedroom at all, but there's no fancy about me. Sometimes I've got something I want to say, a little 10-minute video. Let me just get this off my chest. I've got kids, I've got some with autism. I can't just come in and start talking. I can't tell them to turn TV. That it ain't about me, you know what I mean? It's about us family. So sometimes maybe I actually do that. I just go, right, I've got something I want to say. Are you all right, mate, for 10 minutes? Yeah, I'm all right. And I go outside and I just go for a little walk up and down the street or down lines and just do a little video on phone. And it is what it is. Sometimes I'll sit upstairs in bedroom if they're down here quiet and I'll risk it. I'll go, sometimes I get 6 minutes, I've got to pause it. Just go downstairs for 2 more minutes, mate. It is what it is. It's a family, we're like a touring circus or a zoo sometimes. It's manic in this house, but it is what it is, and it keeps me going. I've always got something to do. So, but yeah, whether I'm walking, talking, whether I'm sat down here, it's no frills with me. I just do it as and when. Big hobby. I love it. And I appreciate the comments. It's mad. It's mad. So thank you, man. Thank you. Same with first 5 games or so. Other than that, I'd say Bogle has been our most consistent. Yeah, James, I think so. Under Farker, he probably has been. Like I said, first 4 or 5 games, I remember 2-3 games in, going on the final word with Joe, and I was like, I think Byram needs to come back in. But honestly, from about game week 4 or 5, he's just gone, and he hasn't really come down from it. He's just so consistently good. He really is. But for me, at minute, I don't think anybody. I know Gruer's been outstanding last couple of games, and Bogle's been outstanding. But for me, nobody right now for the last 5 has outperformed James Justin. What a player. What a player he's been. For the last 4 or 5 games, bearing in mind he's played 3 or 4 different positions, he's been the standout for me recently. Love him. If Forest don't win, Dyche, potentially, and I tell you that, I aren't nervous about Leeds. I think we get enough points, but it's not ideal, is it, that potentially, if there's another sacking below us, the new manager bounce is a thing. It is a thing. We got a new manager bounce without even changes managing it. Well, fucking weird, wasn't it? Like, all of a sudden, Farker was like, yep, I'm a new man. And we had like a string of 4 or 5 games. We're like, who is this guy? And then now we sort of find a happy medium. I think Farker's found sort of like a role what is direct at times, what he don't really like, and, playing it a different way, and then mixes it now with, fuck that, I want to play out from back. I want to be placed to play out from the back. Like, he's got a mixture of the two, and sometimes I don't like that. Just go long, get rid of it. Darlow, just kick it long. What are you doing, man? But he's under instruction to play it short and stuff, and it is what it is. I think he's found a happy medium where Farker's okay with how they're playing, but to our strengths as a squad, he's going long for me. But yet, we got a new manager bounce about a new manager, didn't we? Remember, everyone had all 3 teams to go down. Bucky's pundits, other fans. Yeah, I mean, I always thought, Arthur personally, that Leeds and Sunderland to stay up. I always said them to stay up. Premier League teams, I thought it'd be another easy season. Yeah, they always do. I hate it. I hate the narrative they pushed. I'm so chuffed that us and Sunderland doing well. I'm so chuffed. Your shirt, Matty, reminds me of your Bower. Yes, Andy. He's the player I think of. I've actually got merchandise with a Yeboah shirt. I've got a Yeboah shirt as merch. I'll show you that on Friday if anyone's interested. 6 points off relegation. 6 points off 10th. Here he goes again, top banana. If you're worried about the relegation, you should be looking for 10th as well. I love that, mate. I love it. You've said 10th or 11th all season, and I've said absolutely no chance, top banana. No chance, mate. You've been on the bananas too much. And then I do my little prediction table and I just finish in 11th. And then I'm like, top bananas, right. It's going to be right. But yeah, if you told me to name a spot now, I'm going to go 15, 14, 15, around there. I think we sort of now where we'll finish. But when I look at the games and I'm going, you will win that, we'll get a point that adds up to us finishing about 11th. So I don't know. All I know is hand on heart, we do not look like a side that should even be looking over the shoulder. We shouldn't be looking back. We shouldn't even be looking over the shoulder. There's no about this side that looks relegation at all. Roger Spence, love the channel. Always watch your videos. You're a great guy. Keep it up, mate. Thanks, Roger. Thank you, buddy. Great guy too. I'm sure of it. Yeah, thanks for letting me know that, man. Thank you. Strand Larson doubled his tally for the season. Have Leeds missed the boat? People are going to think this, Roger. I think he'd have been great at Leeds United, beyond this season as well. I think it'd have been great. It is what it is now. At least when we stay up, we've got more money to sort of, because you want a panic buy. I think that there were definitely some decent reasons to go for Strand Larson. I think he's a great player. I really do. I think he's got more to come than what we've seen already in his career. But I quite like now. I think we've got enough to stay up anyway. We just reassess it summer. We reassess. Is he the best player Leeds could get? No. Is there a cheaper option that can do better? Yeah, there is. There's players out there who can get on cheaper who can do it. So let's just get through season. and then we'll reassess it someone, and maybe we'll put the money, 40 million. Maybe we spread that over 2 transfers and we get a better deal than we would have done just with John Larson. So we'll have to see. George says, "Oh, look at you with maths. 29.4k capacity at Birmingham. So 20% is 5,880. I heard it about 6,000, mate. We've got Imagine Not Being Leeds. We are looking at just under 6k Leeds fans present. Yep, that's right, mate. Yeah. About 6k, I got told. So, yeah, that's the maths behind it. Just under 6k. It's minting at that. Mint. Absolutely mint. So, you go to these FA Cup games, and some people are just quick to, I'm not bothered about Cup. I'm hoping people are starting to see, beat Birmingham. All of a sudden, you start getting excited about it now. We're on about, we don't want cup games when we got relegation. Fucking Forest are in Europe. They've got to go to Fenerbahce. We won't mind that, but over Birmingham, but still, sod it. Sod it. Let's have a cup run as well. Sorry to say, but I hope the FA Cup. Oh, mate, Richard, no. No, as if your next comment. No. Now, I'm not gonna be, me, I don't get in on chat, yeah. I don't go in on chat. It's not my vibe. But no. No. Honestly, right? And I know you're a Leeds fan, and I don't want to say you're not a Leeds fan, but I'm going to say, come on, mate. What kind of Leeds fan are you? If you want us to lose a game of football? Nah. I want Leeds to win every game of football. And I know they can't win every game of football. Don't mean I don't want them to. No. Sod that. Sod that. Take me boy to these games, mate. 2 games back-to-back in FA Cup. Take my son to. I ain't turning that down for shit. No chance. Go win that game. Go put your best side out. Not your best side. Go put a side out that will get you through, whether that's full strength, weakened kids, however you do the makeup of that match day squad, Daniel Farker, make sure we get through. Because for me, Richard Hogan, you've only got to avoid 2 teams. You've only got to avoid City and Arsenal. Anybody else, we're in with a chance. Ant lost to Liverpool, Ant lost to Chelsea, drew against Scum. We can beat anybody, I would say, outside City and Arsenal. Maybe they get each other at next round. Then who knows? So for me, sod that, mate. Chance of getting at Wembley, Richard. That's crazy talk to me, pal. Crazy talk. Sunderland 0-0 at minute. When Xhaka retires or moves on, Sunderland are done, in my opinion. I aren't sure, because he's going to be there another couple of years. And in those couple of years, they're going to build and build and build. So I think Leeds and Sunderland are here for the long haul now. I really do. I really do. And thinking for Sunderland, they've got a young owner, what's he, mid-20s, crazy, playing real-life Football Manager. But enthusiasm, youth, yeah, they'll be all right. Sunderland have more money to play. Of course they did, Richard, of course they did. And what a sale that was. Bellingham's done nothing, and they've improved their side tenfold by moving Bellingham on. Be ruthless. He wanted to move as well, but it worked out well for both parties, didn't it? And now it's not working out well for him now, but they've got a lot of money for someone who maybe isn't worth that amount of money. Yeah. Rich Hogan, wash your mouth out, son. Go eat some chewing gum. I don't want to say about a gun, but yeah. Wash your mouth out, son. Lads, we don't have enough fringe players this season to go on a cup run. We do. Because half the players that'll play, right? Tanaka, Pirro, Nonto, Byram, Perry, Bornau. That's 6 off at bat, yeah? Who don't play anyway. I know Bornau, but they don't play anyway. Look at the minutes they've played. Don't play anyway. That's half your team. So I don't get it. Why not? I tell you who is wanting to go through this week. Nonto, Pirro, Tanaka, even Longstaff. These players on that bench who don't play many games. Going out at League Cup at first hurdle were poor. Against Sheffield Wednesday, that were poor. Because when we needed a ball now, when we needed a James Justin, luckily they came in and did a sterling job from the off, really. But we could have done with them playing maybe a couple of League Cup games before, those injuries happened and they ended up being starting at Anfield, Crazy talk. Hi, Matty. No, friend. It's my birthday weekend. I'm 60 on Friday. I hope we beat Birmingham. Well, happy birthday to you, John Pepper. And thank you for all your engagement on channel, mate. I really appreciate it. Be a happy 60th. You don't look a day over 59, and I've never seen your face. That's you, Mr. Pepper. Now, have a great birthday, mate. Don't know if you're doing anything exciting, but I hope Birmingham get battered and ends your birthday weekend nice anyway. But yeah, hope you have a good one, my friend. Imagine Leeds have 2 players in this year's World Cup, mate. It could happen. It could happen, my mate. And then all of a sudden, we give a shit about England then, don't we, as Leeds fans? Massively give a shit, didn't we, when Phillips were in it? It was class. It was class. I just play all the players who have played the least minutes. Yeah. And he will. And he will. We have the 19th most valuable squad in the division. Obviously, Fark is doing well. Yeah, he is doing well. What would on the end of my tongue when he's doing miracles? I don't think he's doing miracles. He's doing better than he probably should be, though. He's above Tottenham. He's above Tottenham. He's above Forest, who are in Europe. You know, are in Europe. Finished where they finished last year. He's above West Ham, who took one of our best players 18 months ago. Like, he's not doing a bad job, is he? He ain't doing a bad job at all. Next 2 league games, 6 points to the Mighty Whites. I think 3. Which is sound either way. 82 minutes gone. Forest Wolves still drawing. Not bad. Not bad at all, mate. Not bad at all. Brett says, I watched the match, mate. Up until your penalty, it was all Chelsea. They just weren't clinical enough. Yeah, mate, Chelsea were all over us. We stole a point there. I know, gives a shit. But yeah, mate, we were poor. We weren't great yesterday. But it wasn't about the performance in terms of, you know, how good we were on the ball and how well we played it. That one, it was the guts, it was the endeavour, it was the effort, it was the fight for every ball. Let's give those travelling fans something to go home with. It was that sort of relegation dogfight attitude you want to see. Where you look at Spurs and think they ain't got that. They ain't got that. They've got better players. They haven't got that fight, that hunger. Leeds have got it, and we don't need it, to be fair, in terms of a relegation fight. But we've just got it. We're just dogged. We dug us way into an hole, Beal especially, pushed us way into an hole, and then we dug us way out and managed to get a point out of a situation that looked like it was well getting away from us. What have I missed? Not much, Mike. Not much, pal. Just a waffle. You know what I'm like? Just a waffle. I have to watch the games, but I can't afford to get to Welling Road often. Wish I could, though. Yeah, it bloody adds up, mate. It adds up. Say I go to nearly every home game, and it's 50 quid a ticket. But I don't drink. I sometimes have a pint at a game, 1 pint sometimes, but I don't drink. I don't smoke. Never done drugs, obviously. I don't wear all designer gear. I don't treat myself. So it's sort of his work, family, and Ellen Road. So yeah, and then obviously content. So a lot of people go, you do a lot of content, you always on here. Like all I do is work, and this is me enjoying myself. This is work to me. So this is like me being watching TV. I'd rather do this than sit on TV, you know, bored out my head. So coming in and talk to friends about Leeds, it's class. I'm in a very fortunate position. But yeah, luckily for me, I'm not saying you do any of them things, by the way, mate. But it just happens because I don't do anything else. It gives me enough just to be able to do it. But now, luckily, through YouTube, it don't pay masses. YouTube, I don't know what people think, but definitely not for me. But I pretty much can cover my match day ticket now on YouTube. So if I go to 3 or 4 games for a month, I can cover it with that. Although I do want to start saving for a holiday for the family, just put a couple of £100 a month away, set my family on his first holiday. As boys are 7 next, I've never been on holiday. I've probably told you that before, but that's my driving force behind just being busy on here outside. They're just wanting to do it, you know. Hi, Matt. I'm a season ticket holder and go to most games on my own, which is sad for me because I hate going on my own. But watching you makes me happy. Keep it going. Oh, I go on my own too, kind of. But no, at least you're a season ticket holder. I'll give you that. If you ever want to meet up in Peacock, send me a message. You can always meet me in Priestley beforehand. I've got a lot of people at members chat as well who never used to really go. I've got Dave, who's a good friend of mine now in here tonight. Mike as well. Chris is too many to mention, really. And they love going. They've been going for years, but they don't go as much. Go on their own, and they don't really like it. Guess what they do now? Meet us for the pint, meet us for the chat an hour before game. So yeah, go sit on their own still, but it's nice having that someone to talk to before game. Maybe walk back to Cowie after the game. If you want to ever do that, mate, let me know. I do go to most home games. Obviously, I didn't go to Forest. Now and again, I will miss out on tickets. Obviously, I'm not the Oracle. I can't get every ticket, but when I'm there, mate, if you ever wanted to meet up before a game, anybody, I'm good for that. I'm good for that. There's nothing wrong with meeting more Leeds fans and having a natter. Good to finally say hello last night, Mike. There he is. Look, thank you so much, mate. Honestly, you were on my mind all night last night. Outside the 2 goals, of course. It was a tale of 2 draws last night. I almost felt like a win. You said this. I need to go back and reply to my messages, but I'd seen this flag up early on my notifications, but I had a busy day at work. Nice finally get a slice. Look, you were bang on. There's a way, the way, obviously you get the same amount of points as West Ham do, a point apiece. They're flying at Wonderloop. To conceding a minute and a half left, you're deflated. It feels like a loss. The way we got that point yesterday feels like a win. The bounce we have going into the next fixture, let's hope it's obviously the adverse effect for West Ham. They're going to feel deflated, miserable that the game's got away from the dying embers of the game. We know what that's like. We've had that happen to us too many times this season. But it's bang on that, mate. And yeah, I just want to say, really nice to meet you too. Really, really nice bloke. Got me a bit emotional with what you were saying. It was lovely, lovely, really, really nice. But yeah, thank you for stopping and talking to me. And if I ever see you again, we'll have another natter. But yeah, I appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Memories are essential. Remember going to Tottenham in the FA Cup with Beckford and Becky. Awesome, Matty. Game every time. If I can afford it, dude. Yes, sound like Pete. It's all right, buddy. Absolutely agree. Always get to the match over anything. Yeah, I've got to pick it. I could not do this full time if it meant I couldn't go to a game. Do you know what I mean? Like I couldn't choose. As much as I love doing content, I couldn't choose content over a game. If I'm doing a watch along, it's because I either can't get a ticket or I can't afford to go, or whatever. I've just not managed to go. I can't not go. I can't. Mental health wise, I can't. I need to go. It's my thing. It's my thing. Why 12 p.m. kickoff Sunday? I don't know, Arthur, to be fair. Is it a Sky thing? I'm not too sure. Not too sure, mate. Evening, bro. Hey up, Rob. What do your workmates think when you just randomly start recording yourself at work? What was that? Recording yourself at work. 1 sec. It's gone off there. Breaking news updates, LUFC on video. Do you have to do many retakes of your videos? No, I'm really rough around edges, as you know. If you ever go back and watch my first ever video was Coventry at home, a preview, and I sat in corner of my living room, right, and I had my bar stool, and I had a pad of paper leant against, I think, a jug of water, a bottle of water or something, just propped up. I had my phone propped up to another bottle, and all balancing. I had to do a few retakes. The phone kept on falling over. And I remember just being so stiff and trying to read all stats and make sure I'd nailed it all. And now, if I say the wrong thing, it is what it is, isn't it? I don't like to spend more time than I have to. I don't want to edit. Oh, I've said something wrong 6 minutes in. Let me chop that out. I am who I am. It is what it is. I'm here with good intentions. I'm a good person. I don't know it all. So what's the point in pretending? So when it comes to it, you'll have seen recently with news updates, with transfer stuff, what I will say is you feel like when you're in it, like coming on here, it's relaxed chatting. You feel like when you're in it, if something drops and you get a notification, you do feel like there is, and other people will say it doesn't matter, but you feel like you want to get that news out, be one of the first to break it. Sometimes you are, sometimes you're not, even though you all know anyway, because you got notifications yourself. But it's nice to be, can I get that out there? Can I put my spin on it? Can I give my opinion before others come out? Sometimes I think, sometimes it's not. But what I'll do is if I'm free and I'm available and I get news and I think, oh yeah, I've got a minute, add it on, Viz Vest on a building site, quick video, get it out there. It is what it is, warts and all. If you read my description on my channel, I am who I am, warts and all. But no, I mean, I work in the pair. I'm senior engineer anyway, so I do what I want. Start when I want, finish when I want, do what I want at work. Young lad, he just thinks it's funny. He just thinks it's funny because when he started working with me, I didn't know what a top tick was. I didn't know what an Instagram was. I didn't know what note was. I'm not technical at all when it comes to all that, and I've like the difference in where I was 15 months ago and now is quite staggering in terms of being on my phone and being able to knock thumbnails up, and now I've progressed that. So he thinks it's funny, but yeah, no one says no, mate. I'm the boss, kind of. So, hey, Matty, brilliant setup. Can't always get to games. Find it hard to get tickets, so your videos are awesome. Thanks, Sol. Appreciate that so much, man. Matty's like, Top Banana is addicted to potassium. Love that, mate. Villa 1-0 against Brighton. Not surprising. Tickle those likes for our Matty. Give him a tickle. That's how that will do it. Give us a tickle. 107 likes, 124 watching. Thank you so much. If you've not liked it, smash a like if you don't mind. And subscribe if you're new here. Demirovic would smash this league. I really wanted him in summer. I always thought Calvert-Lewin were going to be second fiddle, to like a big money signing. And it turned out it wasn't needed. If we get knocked out by a Prem team, then fine, no shame in it. But don't. I'm same as that, mate. I'm same as that. Don't want to get beat by Birmingham. Don't want to get beat by anybody. But if we get knocked out, obviously I'm a big rugby league fan, so not as big as football, but follow Rhinos. I remember in Challenge Cup and stuff getting knocked out and thinking, right, go win it now then. If we get beat by Warrington or Wigan, I always think, go win it. And then at least you can see you got beat by the side that's gone on and won it, and it doesn't hurt as much. It's sort of like the way I look at it. We get beat by Birmingham, they're not winning it. They'll get knocked out next round, and then why were we knocked out? There was no point. You might as well let us progress because we've got more chance of winning it than you have. So for me, bang on Leeds gamer. If we're going to get knocked out, better be by someone who's got an opportunity to go win cup, and then I don't mind it. Not getting beaten by Birmingham, sod that. Cup games are great for rotating the squad, gives fringe players a chance to prove themselves to Farker and the fans on why they should be starting the Premier League. Yeah, that they're the opportunities they've got to grasp. I don't think it massively matters for me. I really don't. What happens, but they'll be looking at like a massive opportunity. And just to give your missus a big hug to say thank you for letting you do this for us fans. Thanks, Andy. You'll have probably noticed anyone who's watched me for a while as well, Andy. I'm not sure how long everyone's followed me individually, but because obviously not everyone comments all the time. Then sometimes people start coming. I've had a few people message me lately saying I've watched it for a year, but I only started commenting recently. But like our lass now works 4 while midnight. So before she used to just work, I'll say 6 in the morning till 2, and then I used to take kids to school and she'd pick them up. Now it's the other way around. I try and get them to help her pick them up, but she goes to work at 4. So whereas before I used to have tea, watch a bit of TV, and then come on at 10 at night because I didn't want to just jump on here while the missus, I'm sitting there all day. Obviously, I've always got that to juggle. But now the missus now works 4 on midnight. I've sort of Monday to Friday. You've probably noticed that my 10 o'clock starts have come down to 8 o'clock starts and 9 o'clock starts because I don't need to always go at 10. I quite like going at 10, and I built up a nice little rapport with same people coming back to watch me at 10 o'clock. But luckily, even though I've come in a little bit early most days now, they're still watching. And then I've got new people who see me now. We're coming on at a different time. So it's now giving me a bit more freedom to go. If I want to go at 10, I can. If I want to go at 8, I can. So it's quite nice. The missus isn't in the house at this time, so it isn't affecting the household, but I miss her as well, you know what I mean? So I wait up till midnight, even though I'm knackered, just to literally say, how were your day? Give her a kiss, and then I go to sleep. And then she'll fall asleep a couple of hours later. Sort of living on opposite side of the clock now, which is a bit crap, but you do what you've got to do with kids, aren't you? You just do what you got to do. 0-0. That is massive. That is massive. Well done, Wolverhampton Wanderers. We'll take that. That is brilliant. Brilliant. They've not gained. It'd be nice if Wolves could have won up. Let's be fair. We never thought Wolves were going to go to Forest and win. That's a great result. Yeah, it's massive. It is massive. 100%. Yeah, that's it. You see, if you technically, it don't feel like it, but we dropped points yesterday, as in we didn't win the game. We won a point, but technically we didn't get all 3. So there was an opportunity for everyone below us who were playing today to gain on us, which would have felt criminal. Even last night with West Ham, would have felt criminal for us to be gained on after that result yesterday, but that could happen. So the fact that West Ham have drawn, the fact that Forest have drawn, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Peter Hodgson, better value when we stay up to get a striker, Matty. Make sure that you take your son. Balls to all that say no to a cup run. Loving the show. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, mate. You're so supportive. It don't go unnoticed, mate. Thank you. Sean Dyche, Spurs manager. Imagine. Imagine if it's Harry Redknapp. Imagine. You think they go there? Dyche taxi. Sacked in the morning. Do you think? Burnley still 3-2 up. 85 gone. Is that ended as well? That. Yeah, it is. I can see it in chat now. 3-2 Burnley. Get in. That's mad. Roger Slick. I often get accused of negative comments on other channels, but it's not. We're under the realms of possibility. Leeds finish 8th. Love that. You know what it is, Roger? I don't ever think anything bad about what you say. I think you're really thought out in what you say. Like when I get comments off you, obviously it's hard to get through all comments, to be fair, on my videos. I prefer doing live stuff. We can just talk, as we're going through. But like your messages are always really well thought out, and they get me thinking. Like I can't ever read your comment once. I read your comment, I'm like, I look at dissect it. I'm like, yeah, he's got a point there. But like I'm a little bit dense, me. You know what I'm like? So a lot goes over my head. So I've got to sort of sometimes like Da Vinci code it. And like, because I think you're a very highly intelligent man, Roger. If I'm honest, when I read your comments. But end of the day, mate. If other channels think that. As long as no one's disrespectful in this, you're never going to see me flipping off over anything anybody says, because we're all entitled to his opinion, and I'm no better than you. So, Leeds United probably has more effect on human beings than any drug. 100%. Big Mike, 100%, mate. What I will say is, it's quite funny. Someone messaged me on TikTok today asking how I get tickets, and so I get asked quite a lot. How do you get tickets? I think some people think I've got an insight, but obviously I haven't. I'm lucky that I know certain people now, just people who like Danny who gets me away tickets now and again. But yeah, he messaged me and we're having a bit of a chat, and I'm like, it's like Leeds United is my drug, and when tickets are released, I get stressed. I'm like, I think Man City tickets came out today, and I'll be honest, I ain't got a pot to piss in a minute, so obviously we're going to there yesterday. I've got a game on Sunday, so I'm going to risk it on the ballot. I'm going to risk it on the ticket exchange and that. But it's like drugs in it. It's like you try to get a ticket, like can you get a ticket, refresh. It's like you just try to get that high, and that high is Leeds United when you're there or watch it. Or however you get your Leeds United buzz on TV, wherever you are in the stadium. But it is like a drug, and my drug is trying to get that ticket to go, and it's an addiction, but it's a really healthy addiction. Sometimes it can be not healthy, but yeah, when I think of what people can be doing in life, it's a massively healthy addiction. But yeah, it can be grey hairs. Matty, do you get to the friendlies at Ellen Road? I do try and get to those. Would be great to meet you well, next season, yeah, that'd be nice, mate. I'd try and go to the one at Ellen Road and take the kids. So yes, I will always try and go there because you can always get a ticket for friendly, can't you? So yeah, 100%, mate. If you ever get to Ellen Road in any capacity, let me know, mate. I'm happy to meet up with anybody, mate. Yeah, anybody who's met up with me will tell you that. But yeah, it'd be nice to do a little bit more with pre-season. It'd be nice to actually go. I mean, I actually went to Dublin this year as well with a wife. One of those where I took the wife. I'm like, come on, wife, let's go, babes, let's go. And actually, I would rather go with wife than anybody anyway. No offense, Priestley. No offense. The wife's good crack. So we're class in Dublin. But my mate Danny, I went to game yesterday. He's done. Listen to this, right? I don't want to bore you, but I'll go for a tangent. So Danny Dovey, my mate, will go away games, right? He's a away season ticket holder. He's only 800-ish in circulation. That's it. They don't sell them anymore, whatever. But he's got, he wouldn't sell it for £1 million. He would not sell it for £1 million. His dad passed away a few years ago, and it was his dad's ticket, and he's took it over. So he's that feeling for him, but he's addicted to away games. He doesn't even go to every home game. He goes to about maybe half of the home games, and he works like you wouldn't believe. He works, and he does every away. He did Australia over year under Bielsa, and he was on the airplane with Bielsa. He was sat the row behind Bielsa. How mad's that? Sat next to Stuart Dallas on plane with Bielsa in front of him. Met all the players in the bar. Went to the training session, open training sessions and stuff. 3,000 Leeds fans there. But he's done Australia. He went to Sweden this year. Mad. The away supporters, the fanatical, over the top passion merchants. Just my daughter's getting married on Saturday, but Leeds are playing fucking, I don't know, Preston. I'm off Preston. I aren't bothered. That's what we're talking about here. It's mad. There's a Leeds fan, a famous Leeds fan called Gary Edwards, and who goes on the coach from the Garth of Whites on the branch I go when I go to away games when we go on the coach. And I don't think he's missed a game in 50, 60 years. He's a bit of a legend. He had a book out and stuff. My stepdaughter Brooke's actually dating his grandson, which I think is absolutely class. I'm like, you're Gary Edwards' his grandson. He's like, yeah, my name's Charlie. I'm like, get in there. Legend. But yeah, like Danny, he wants me to go to wherever the pre-season tour is. I'm like, he can literally go to Australia. If they announce tomorrow they're going to Australia next week, he'd go. It's mad. I can't do that. I'd have to save up for 3 years. By that point, we're probably in League One again. Jokes. But yeah, I'd love to be able to do a bit of a pre-season tour. Like going abroad to watch Leeds United is like the dream, innit? So when I got to do Dublin last season, it was unreal. One day, Matt, I would love to meet up. Honestly, John, anybody who wants to meet up, let's all get in Bielsa bar at top and we'll have an hour before kick-off. And if you want to meet afterwards, we'll do that. I'm just me, mate. If you want to meet up, and I'll sit there and talk back legs off a donkey when it comes to Leeds United. I absolutely love it. I love it. Forest drawing it's a great result, Andy. It's mint. Richard, I respect everybody's opinion, but that's just mine. I would prefer to be playing less games. No, I totally get your reasoning, but for me, I just can't go there. But I get your reasonings. Obviously, less games, fresher bodies. We don't have a massive, thick squad. We don't. Last night, I was nervous. You see a couple of players not play, saw a couple limping. It's nervy. If we play against Birmingham, mate, and we've got to bring an Okafor and a DCL on, let's just say, and any of them get a knock, fuming. fuming with it. But ultimately, I want us to go out and win every game I do. Hi all. Hey up, Alan. Oh, just when I was catching up with chat, I've waffled on and let it go again. Well, we effed it 0-0 with Wolves. Forest are the third to be relegated and deserve it too. Fuming. As long as it's not Leeds, Bryn. But all Leeds that way. Forest drew. Yes, JB. Love it, mate. Forest haven't won Wolves. Class. My first ever video game stream on Facebook was me recording my PC screen with my mobile phone. Thank God I've developed myself since. It is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, we all start somewhere. Richard Hogan, Leeds winning 1972 FA Cup final was part reason for my lifelong. Yeah, I could. Yeah, and Roger, look at that with my boy. Look at that with Artheo. Like Artheo supports Leeds. He's surrounded by fan mates who don't support Leeds. Mental. Like, listen to this. He won't watch anyway. One of his coaches for Alton Bywater, Lee, is a Leeds fan. Don't go to games, but he's a big Leeds fan. Lee, huge Leeds fan, I'd say. Always talks to me about football. His little boy, Thomas, class. Love the kid. What a kid. Absolutely love little Thomas. But he came to training last week in a Leeds kit. Week before, Liverpool kit. Week before, Man City kit. I mean, I'm like, Lee, what are you doing? Lee, what are you doing? What are you doing, mate? Free kits there. Get him home away at Third Street. What you playing at? What's he wearing a City kit for? Well, he likes Ireland. Me too, mate. Love Ireland. Love him. Wouldn't wear a fucking Man City kit. Liverpool, well, he's mate. Don't care, mate. He's 6-year-old. He's a Leeds fan. Don't care. Don't want to wear it. I know another lad who used to knock around. I don't see much no more. His lads, I haven't spoken to him, so I don't know, but just from Facebook, he's a Leeds fan. His two boys, see them both in Leeds kits, doing stadium tour. One of the birthdays on a Saturday. The Sunday, both in Man City strips, doing Man City tour. Family of four. Mum, dad. Leeds kits, Leeds tour. City kits, City tour. Saturday, Sunday. What's all this half and half scarf shit about? What's going on here? My boy, FA Cup, Derby, remember the day? He will. That's him done. And he loved Leeds and he watched the bits and Derby away, done. Next level. Get that shit away from me. 6-year-old, bit by the bug. And that's what the FA Cup does. It gives the opportunity for that next generation to come through when you've got all this temptation of friends at school who want to. I don't fucking get it, me. I don't get it. For me, you're born in Leeds or you follow your dad's team or you're just lucky enough to love Leeds even if you had no influence. Good for you. But if you start teetering off to other places when you're born in Leeds, don't want to hear it. So the FA Cup for me holds even more a special place in my heart because I saw a switch flick in my boy at Derby and it was fucking insane to see. It was class. Absolutely unreal. So that's why it means more to me. Look at me, I get right over passionate, don't I? But I love it. Love it. Legend Matty, Shaggy from TT. Yes, my mate. Shaggy from TikTok. How you doing, my mate? I follow Rhinos, but my local Halifax Panthers are in deep poop. Shame to say, yeah, the old Blue Sox. Any Valentine's plans? No. We struggle for sitters. So, always get a card and a few bits, you know. But I think we're gonna get a nice steak. I might even make a dough for Mars a favourite. So we're just gonna cook a meal at house, mate. Yeah, we haven't got to sit this weekend. Obviously, I'm going to game on Sunday. Luckily, it moved from Saturday. So, we'll spend Valentine's together just as a family. Be a bit chaotic. But when kids go to bed, we'll just have a nice night, a movie, and just a nice cooked meal in the house. Mate. No special, but we'll be together. And, yeah, that's it, really. But, yeah, I do like to get out and about, but it's just difficult. Palace 2, Burnley 3. Come on. How are you doing, Matty? I really enjoyed your joy from yesterday. Wish Farker realised how woundable a young but talented Chelsea is. It's really young, aren't they? A couple of 18-year-olds, but talented especially with two defenders booked and Cucurella subbed, but we stole the point. Yeah, we stole the point. I tell you what, when it comes to bookings, I'm a little bit nervous when Goodmanson got booked yesterday, but you're right with that. But I tell you what, they've got some really proper raw talent of Chelsea. But to be got at. Your new chimes suit your USA fans, Maya. I love that, Pete. I'm glad they're suiting certain people, mate. I don't mind. No one's complaining, to be fair. You used to always go at 10 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, I used to think it's all right because you sort of, you had your tea and you've washed up and you sort of settle for night, aren't you? A lot of people used to say missus would be reading or watching something as they do, and we're just scrolling, but you'll sit there and watch that. But not all missus are reading. Angela, I know you're watching. Honestly, I absolutely love you all. You're just all my mates. I love it. Liverpool beating Sunderland 62 gone. Are Sunderland finally going to lose at home? Is that what you're telling me? Am I going to speak to my mate Wayne? Come on, your Sunderland bud Wayne. Won't... Is that what you're telling me, the Leeds gamer? Am I going to be on? We haven't been able to do it last week because I was working. This week because I went at game yesterday. Am I going to be on Bridging the Gap on Only Fools and SAFC talking about a Sunderland loss at home? After I said they're going to start losing and they're going to start falling out league and Leeds are going to jump them, and it sounded wild. Is that what you're telling me? I think you're telling me that, aren't you? What a 24-hour and we did not win. What a point now made up on Brighton. But yeah, exactly. Revy Delights, exactly. It's been a great 24 hours and we only got a draw. But it's the way we drew and it's who we did it against. Oxlade-Chamberlain, thing is right, Oxlade-Chamberlain, fantastic player. Can't get fit is his issue. If he's reasonably fit, and this is no slight in Scott, but if he's reasonably fit, he'll tear it up in Scotland. Tear it up. A fit Oxlade, even though he's bloody been around forever, he's got to be early 30s, maybe, I don't know. Still too good for the Scottish League. He is, for me. Yeah, too right, man. Midweek games can be rough if you lose as well, can't they? Can be rough. You got work at morning. And last night I was willing Scum to score. I felt, honestly, I could have thrown up. I felt sick as a dog. Celebrating a Scum goal. Felt sick as a dog. But it is what it is. Could be 6 behind Sunderland now. Was 15. It's coming. It's coming. Wise man said. Oh, I love it. Only fools think you're going to hit Europe, but I always said you've got no chance. Peter Lumel. Last night I was willing Scum. I'm still buzzing. Last night I was willing Scum to score. I felt ashamed. Yep, I just read that. I had same situation as you. I worked 8 to 4. So you worked 5 to 11. It's probably why we've been married 30 years. Hope you get the same. Great work by you. Thanks, Cosmo. Really appreciate that, mate. Yeah, so many similarities in there. When this is what I like. I'm always an open book, me. Like, if you ask me anything, I'll try my best to just speak about it. So, like, sometimes I overshare, which is a problem, which I was always nervous about having a platform, although I didn't think anyone would listen, so it never really mattered. But I'm an oversharer, which can be an issue. But yeah, you find as I open up and say stuff, straight away there's some listening who's like, yeah, I've got that issue, I've got that problem. I used to go through that, so it's class, and it's nice to. That's why you should always talk. Straight on the pitch. Gipton White, evening, Matty and everyone. Good set of results tonight. I tell you what, Gipton White, I know of late, the last weekend until there's been a few results not go our way, but cast your mind back beyond that. At one point, it felt like for 3 or 4 weekends, every result was going our way. Then we had a bit of a rough one out with the last couple. Then this weekend's been bang on again. Richard Woodford, here he is, my mate. How you doing, bro? Just want to give you your flowers for running one of the best Leeds channels on the tube. You are a credit to Leeds United. Thanks, my mate. Thanks. One of the biggest supporters I've got, you, Richard. You've been there since day dot. I've been looking back at some of my early videos in last few days, just looking how channels grown and looking at comments, and you're there, mate. One of OG, so I appreciate it, mate. And anyone who knows me used to know when I got over 60 people watching live, I used to have kittens. I'm like, oh my God, I look stressed. And now I'm getting over 100, as you know, on every stream, sometimes over 200-300. So it's it's just getting familiar with my surroundings and feeling comfortable in what I'm doing. And I do feel comfortable now, and that helps when I've got people like you guys on chat. If you like Haaland and want it, bang on, Tom. I never even thought of that. You like Haaland, get him a Norway kit. No bother. Bang on, mate. Bang on. Love it. My daughter lives in Manchester, and her auntie on her mum's side is a Man City fan. I've already told her she'll be Leeds fan. Yes, I love it. Do you remember Dave Cooper, Bramley, Bradford, Halifax? I played for Wetherby. David Cooper. I don't, mate. No, I don't remember him. But I do know quite a lot of rugby players. I've got a decent list in my head, but he doesn't stand out. Can't be supporting multiple clubs. If you try to do that, you aren't a real No, I think we can all have clubs that we don't mind. You know, like I didn't mind Sunderland. You know what I mean? Like, they pissed me off a little bit this season, but I don't mind Sunderland. There's certain sides I don't mind. You know, I don't mind Newcastle. I have teams I hate. I have teams I don't mind. I quite liked, you know, when you get that underdog story, like, you know, when Leicester won league, I was willing Leicester on because we weren't in Premier League at the time as well. You're willing them on, and this now I can't stand them. It's mad how stuff changes, you know. But to have 2 clubs, to wear 2 kits, 3 kits, what I'll tell you what I don't mind, like foreign kits. So like I used to do mystery boxes. sign up $29.99 a month. I don't do it anymore. But I remember you get like a box and you say, what kits don't you want? So I put down, don't want any British, UK based kits, don't want any Scottish, don't want any English, none of them. Don't want any red, and I don't want any Turkish sides for obvious reasons. And then you get what you get through post, and got some really good kits. Dortmund, you get some random ones which are class. A team in China, a team in India, crazy kits, but really good. I used to do that, but I don't mind foreign kits. Like my son's got, Real Madrid kits, Barca kits. I don't mind that, but you can't go down the route of having Premier League kits, English kits. You just can't. Each to their own and that, but it's just not for me. Middle of your Leeds supporting rant. Born in Hull area, lived in Hull for all but 2 years of my life. Follow Hull as my hometown club. Leeds fan as my dad supported since. That's Gangeen. That's acceptable. I don't mind that. I don't mind that, mate. What are you supposed to do? Your dad's Leeds. You're gonna get that off your dad, and you were born in Hull, so you've got. I don't mind that, mate. You can have that one. Just don't get no half and half scarves, right? But you can have that one. Who you're following if they're playing each other? Or is it depending on situation? Matty, I'll ask my mate if he can get me a ticket when we play Wolves. If he can, that game, I'm thinking, John, get a ticket, get me a message on here, socials. If you get a ticket, mate, yeah, we'll meet up before game 100%. No bother at all, pal. I'd really enjoy that, mate. The football gods are shining down on Leeds United. They really are, Lee. They really are. They really are. Come on. Born in Warrington, supported Leeds since first saw football. Dad didn't support any club, just like watching all football. Class. Again, though, you've picked them or they've picked you. You've seen something in them. You were meant to see them on that occasion to do it. But like I say with me, my real dad is a Geordie. Left when I was 5-6 years old. And my stepdad, who's been there since 1998, my mum 96, he's been there since I was about 8. Not bothered in football. He is now, goes to games now, weirdly. Bielsa made him be a football fan. It was weird. Never used to watch a game, always rugby league. But I just love Leeds because I'm from Leeds. It just is what it is. Get Matty's merch, it's fire. JB pushing my merch. I don't like saying merch. It's just makes me feel all shitty. But yeah, I will be. I'll show you it all on Friday. A lot of you have seen it anyway, but I've got a few new t-shirts and that I want to promote. Tickle the likes for Matty. Thanks, Top Banana, as always. I'm not reading. Last night I told myself I didn't celebrate Scum scoring. I celebrated West Ham dropping points. There's a difference. You're smarter than me, Tom. Smarter than me, mate. It's a good way of looking at it. First time I took my kids to Welling Road, they was 8. Never seen such excited kids. Now they are 21. Wow, twins, boy, girl, class. Twin boys, twins, boy, girl. Nice one, that, John. Hey, Matty, you can have my tickets for Sunderland and City because I'm in California and we'll miss both games. Really? I tell you what, bloody California, dropping that one. Juffing hell, it's Skegness for me. Yeah, you can have me tickets. I'm in California. I assume you normally sell them back to the club then. But yeah, I haven't got any yet sorted, but if you message me on my socials, we can talk. But there'll be loads of people wanting them, mate. I appreciate you saying that, buddy. Appreciate you saying that. But like I say, at the minute, I'm not massively pushed at the minute, but obviously I want to go to those games. But again, I haven't been massively on it when they come out, just for funds and that at the minute. So just sort of get them as and when. But yeah, really nice you offer that. Honestly, it's mad having been on here now and the generosity people show. It blows me away. So it's really nice. Thank you. If you like Ireland and want his kit, get Ireland on the mid-90s Leeds kit. Yeah, exactly. And just don't tell him it's his dad you've got it on. Oh, yeah, I love that. Yeah, maybe Richard, maybe mate, which could be a bit of a problem for us. It's like me, I support Leeds, but I keep eyes on local Halifax. Yeah, I like Juventus in Italy and Barcelona in Spain, but I'm 100% Leeds. It was mad yesterday. We stopped at service station, could say which one it was. For us McDonald's, I was excited for that, as you can imagine. And there was a lady ordering food. She turned to me, she went, who's going to win then today? And I went, us 2-1. And she went, never. I went, who do you follow? Thinking, first I thought she was a Leeds fan, and then I thought she's a Scum fan. She went, never. She went, oh, York City. I thought, fair play. She went, yeah, I live in... Great. Not York and someone, which I just loved it. I just loved that. I'm from York. I support York, and I thought, fair play. Fair play. Because usually you have, you have a local team, don't you? But you'll always think of a pro side or whatever, like a top side close to you and go, yeah, I follow them in Premier League, but I love that. John Charles, hi, Matty, great result last night. A good run in the FA Cup would be nice. Agree on both counts. Brilliant result last night. Let's go beat Birmingham and see how we get in next round. It's got to be that for me. I agree, mate. Yes, Boss Nass is in the house. Give him some love. Give him some love. Leeds United, Bridgetown and Juventus is what it is, yeah. And to be fair, mate, obviously you love Leeds United, but you're as passionate about Bridgetown and Juventus as you are Leeds. I love that about you. But like you say, Bridgetown, that's where you are. That's where you're from. Leeds, it's who you follow. And Juventus is just something you've just gravitated towards. And I'll be honest with you, it's hard not to. I think anyone of our sort of age, Boss, that's, I don't know if it's the same age as me, but late 30s. I think we all have like an Italian side. We are going to do, right? We are definitely going to do a late night Leeds special one night, right? And it's going to be a Go Lazio, reminiscing about like Serie A back in there because it was class. And yeah, I absolutely love Italian football. So the fact that you've got Juventus, it is what it is. But yeah, Leeds is numero uno. I know that much. It's like making love to a bag of coal, supporting over team, 100% Leeds. Went on holiday to Mallorca, bumped into a group of lads from Scum. Lad turned out they were Manchester Whites. Leeds fans, I'd never the phenomenon, but I asked some questions about Leeds. They got, okay, fair enough. Bloody Manchester Whites. Never heard of that branch. But fair play. I have 24 different shirts, says Richard, in my wardrobe, but all Leeds and no room for normal clothes. Class. Leeds United, Rangers, I'm half Scottish. Yeah, a lot of people have that, though, don't they? Priestley, same as Priestley. He's Leeds and Rangers. Watched Leeds for over 40 years. Heysham Lanks. Class, that's all. Class. It was a yellow kit being top banana that made me love Leeds, hate the rugby club, though I'm the wire for that. I am, mate. You were Warrington. Whoa, wacky, Warrington. Leeds fan when the games come around between Leeds and Hull. Happy to catch belters from City fans. Once upon a time, I worked for Hull City. Took some stick when Spygate kicked off. Class. I remember, this is again coming back to rugby gang game, but I remember being at Magic Weekend, right, for rugby at Man City. Could be 8-9 years ago when Hull City played Arsenal in the FA Cup final. Sure, I'm right with that. Hull City went 1-0 up in that cup final, right? And I was sat in the Hull KR section. Leeds had played or were playing. I sat with Hull KR fans instead of Hull FC fans because I didn't matter. Yeah, they've got a bad reputation in rugby league, right? And honestly, the atmosphere was electric though, giving it each other proper. Yeah, this, yeah, that. And then Hull, and it came about Tannoy, Hull City, or maybe over phones, I can't remember. 1-0 up against Arsenal, and then both sets of Hull fans stood up. 1-0 to the Hull City. Then they all sat back down and went, "Wow, yeah, yo!" I thought, absolutely banging. Great stuff. Mate, who was that blonde behind you last night? She wasn't camera shy. Honestly, no, she wasn't. I don't want to say out because she might be watching. She was loving life. I think she said she's from Birmingham. But yeah, she grabbed my mate Danny when we scored and got him in bloody headlock. He nearly snapped his head off. But yeah, she was just a passionate fan, mate. No idea, never met her before. But obviously, not many people film. I had my camera out there. She was loving it, wasn't she? She would enjoy being on camera. Watching from Morecambe. Hey up, my Dean. How you doing? Evening all. Right. I'm going to wrap it up there. 147 likes as well. 145 people watching. Thank you so much for your lovely support, as always. But yeah, we have, mate. We have bad news for Liversakim. I'll skip a few, but I'll get through the last few questions. Comments. Juventus was my team. Del Piero, what a player. Nothing wrong with Skeg Vegas. John, I love Skeg Vegas. I do. Really, really like it. I was AC Milan, Del Piero. Love Juventus. Yeah, I had AC Milan. I had Papin back in there on my top. Only things with AC Milan, as I've got older, it's red. But AC Milan when I was younger and Roma were my two sides. Yeah, Del Piero was some player, wasn't he? JB smashed them likes. Palace left stranded by Larson. Have a good one, mate. You too. So what are we on now? We're on Wednesday, aren't we? So we've got late night Leeds on Friday. Sure you'll be back for that. A bit of Matty's teeth, or will it be Tony Dorigo's toes? I do not know. But yeah, I'll be back on Friday for sure. I may drop another live in tomorrow. It might just be a pre-record. Depends if it's all to say. I don't want to come on for the sake of it, but I do enjoy coming on. But you'll hear from me again in some capacity, I would imagine, before Friday. And then obviously we'll probably chat Saturday night with the game for Sunday. So plenty of content as always. You know what I'm like. But yeah, we'll leave it there, I think. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your quality chat. We've gone on for 2 hours. 139 people still watching. Smash us that like on your way out if you do not mind. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I tell you what, no one's asked tonight, but I'm still feeling a little bit excited and passionate from the weekend from the game yesterday. Thanks for the great chat, Matty Quality again. Thank you so much for everyone who's been in. Shall I play us out with a song? We normally do when I'm on my Todd, don't we? We normally do when I'm on my Todd. Make sure you're back on Friday for this.
I'm in total disbelief, but who the hell is that in Matt Heath's teeth?
All that. But I'm going to play you out. Right. Good night, everybody. I'm going to play you out with my version of Marching On Together. Love you all the bits. Thanks so much for the chat. Really appreciate it. I wanted to chat today. Yeah. Thank you. Take care, everyone. Smash a like, subscribe, and all that. And I'll see you on the next one. You absolute legends. Bye-bye.
Here we go with Leeds United. We're gonna give the boys a hand. Stand up and sing for Leeds United. They are the greatest in the land. Every day we're all gonna say we love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Everywhere we're gonna be there. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Marching on together, we're gonna see you win. Na 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 na. We are so proud. We shout it out loud. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. We've been through it all together, and we've had our ups and downs. Ups and downs. We're gonna stay with you forever, at least until the world stops going around. Every day we're all gonna say we love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Everywhere we're gonna be there. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Marching on together, we're gonna see you win. Na 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 na. We are so proud. We shout it out loud. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. We are so proud. We shout it out